That's it, we're back. Just going to now try and run this link to get some engine boys up here. Right, there's a live stream link. Turn that one off. I'm just trying to hook it all up here. Bear with me. Now, I should have some in the room, hopefully. Should be the one. Yeah, that's that. Shut that down. Open that up. Yeah, Doug, we links in the chat, buddy. Just tap the link on come on up when you're ready. So if there's any small engine girls and guys there that can help out, give us a shout. Yeah, it's going good. Literally just having some problems with with an engine. So I thought I'd just ask a question. I'll ask you guys what's going on. Yeah, the carburetor was ultrasonically cleaned. And you all know how quite good I am with actually cleaning carburetors, how thorough I am. I don't normally have a lot of problems with carburetors. But this engine is actually absolutely revving its head off. And if I'm not careful, then the engine's going to go bang for long. So if anyone wants to come on up, the link is in the chat. Feel free to come on up. Just tap the link, and you'll appear. I have trouble with a Briggs and Stratton 5. For some reason, no fuel getting to it. It's an old engine. Gasket diaphragm, I'd say, if it's an old Briggs. If it's a flathead version, Dojo. Also, your gasket diaphragm not priming. The link's in the chat, gents. So if you just tap on the link, it'll send you into an internet-based server where you can tap the link and then just follow the instructions. There's about 3 simple instructions. Just follow them, and it'll bring you up into a basement, and I'll see you downstairs. And then I'll bring you up onto the chat for those of you that haven't done it before. So feel free to have a go at that. Yeah, I've got some videos, Dojo, on how to change the Briggs and Stratton diaphragm gaskets, mate. It's not a hard thing to do. All you want is a 13mm socket or 1/2 inch, 3/8 or 10mm, and a Phillips screwdriver. That's some WD-40. You should do it, bud.
There's a link again, gents. Just come on up. As I say, just tap that tap the link, and you'll better get in. Hi, Pete. How you doing? The weather is a bit shocking, to be fair. I can see you, Doug, trying to connect. I can see you, mate. There you are, buddy. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me get you on up here. There you go, Doug.
Hey, brother.
How you doing, mate?
No, I'm doing, brother. I'm doing.
Good man. So if anyone else wants to come on up, feel free. Don't be shy. Come and buy.
I like to get that one guy that you were talking to that's got over 200 of them.
Yeah, Bumblebee or Killer Bee or something, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to get up and see him or her.
Mm-hmm.
He's only in Farnborough. That's not a million miles away from me either. That's relatively close.
Another gentleman's got over 200 items, 200 mowers or something like that.
Yeah.
No, he's over in the UK, brother.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. Mama said I ain't getting no more.
You get rid of someone's in the yard.
What Mama don't know don't hurt.
The only trouble is you'll find them in the yard, Mick.
Yeah, Killer B. Do you want to send me an email? And maybe we can hook up. That'd be cool. That's if it's something you want to do. There's my email address just gone up in the chat now. If you want to give me an email, maybe we can hook up. So you're only in Farnborough, so it's not a million miles away from me. It could be quite good.
You can hit that link and come on up on the panel there, Killer B.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you're about, smash that link and come on up and have a chat. This is what it's all about, people. You don't have a mic or camera. If you've got a hillbilly, if you've got a smartphone, that'll do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it's all about. You know, as I say before, Doug, is I don't pretend or announced ever to be a professional in a small engine.
Me neither, brother.
Process.
Me neither.
And sometimes these things just play on your brain, and it just makes no sense as to why it won't run. And
that's the reason why you got to knock around people's heads, you know,
exactly.
Pass it around.
That's what it's all about. Pass it around and see what you can come up with.
Oh, knock around people's heads?
Oh,
okay.
Crap.
You asked for that, Doug.
I know it. I always do. That's the reason why I got that dent right there in the forehead.
So what are you chatting on now, Van Hillbilly? Are you just on a PC or something, boy? Because you're able to hi Mower. You're able to access a chat, so I don't worry about being old. We're all getting old. I'm currently in London. I'm currently driving back from London, so watching you whilst I'm driving. Oh yeah. I don't worry about it too much. But that'd be cool. Killer B, I've sent my email address there. If not, go onto my channel, and in the about section you'll find my email address in there. Just bang us an email, and I'll drop your phone number or something in an email, and maybe we can have a chat and work something out. That'd be cool. It'd be good to have someone around as well, you know, with spare parts. Maybe we can bounce bits and pieces off of each other. Boats is in the house. Here comes Boats. Let's get him on up here. There he is.
Boats.
Hey,
how you doing, Boats?
There's Boats. What's up, Boats?
Oh,
good. Now our problems are all solved. Boats is here. Right, let's have it, Boats. What do you think the issue is?
It sounds like an internal governor to me.
Nah.
No?
Nah. Nope.
Man.
I've taken the pan. The pan is off. It's currently in the shed, sulking on the bench. The pan's off. The governor cog is good. All the springs underneath it are all fantastic. Hi, John. They're good. The governor cog is good. The cams are good. It's set to top dead center. The timing's right. The all slinger is right. The all slinger is open and closed on the butterflies as it should be. The governor rod is fine. Everything is exactly where it should be.
The only thing I could think it is, Boat, is the length on the rod.
Yeah.
The rod needs to be longer to make it cut off, go down to idle.
Right.
That's the only thing I could think of it. Because I looked at it myself too. He went out to the shop and he showed me and everything looks good internal. Everything looks good internal. And that's the only thing I could think of is it's the wrong carburetor for that particular type, or the rod is not long enough.
The linkage.
Love you, babe.
Well, when I'm looking at I've got some photographs up. Hillbilly, my first digit of my age is 7. Don't you want to go worry about your age, boy? Don't you go worry about anything about your age. The Mountfield SV 200 linkage, here it is. So I've got it up. And do you know what, Doug? That linkage, I don't know if you can see it. Let me try and turn the brightness down a touch. Try and help that out.
Do you got specs on the linkage? Do you have a spec on it?
I need to find the specs. Yeah, see how long they are. But the linkage looks right. I don't think it's going to give me on this internet page 2006. It doesn't give me no specs, but I can find the specs out.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sneaky suspicion that the specs are right. Hiya, Mike. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Let me go to descriptions, item descriptions.
Because it's over revving the governor.
Oh yeah.
Boat. It's just over revving that governor.
Yeah. Yeah, when I did a little search, and that's what came up. People were commonly saying that there was a governor issue when they're ready, right? But you're not sure of the carburetor, Mick?
So, from what I remember, originally the engine, the mower come in to me originally. I don't know where Roy's the boy is. Originally, it come in a broken pull cord, broken airbox, and Peter sent me a new airbox for it, which was fine. I've done the pull cord. I fired it up, and it would only run on choke. So no matter what I did with the lever, it would only run on choke. So further investigation led me to believe that the carburetor was in fact failed. So when I looked at the carburetor, the back throttle flap was stuck. So I freed it up, but it is still not working as well as I would like. So I changed the carburetor over for a good carburetor. Fitted it, and it would still only run on choke. So a bit more investigation. The control panel, which is where your throttle cable goes into and it connects onto your choke linkage, but it was missing a really small spring which you can't buy independently. I spoke to my friend Peter again, and he had one that came with it, and he sent me the entire panel. So I fit the panel today, and now it runs on choke, and it's juddering and it's smoking, and that's fine. It wasn't doing that before. And as soon as you take it off a choke, you can see the linkage drop back, the choke flap opens, and then the revs go through the roof.
And there's no adjustment on the throttle belt plate.
No.
Some has slots in it where you bring it up and down.
Definitely. Yeah, this ain't got that though. One diesel guy says governor linkage physically jammed. Governor spring snagged. No, it's not any of those two. Spring attachment to throttle carb, lever bent. It's got a very, very slight bend in it. I don't think that would be the issue at all. Governor vane broken or disconnected. Air vane governor. Could be. It's weird. Everything internally is good. Everything.
Do you think a possibility before you took that pan off, it could have been mocked it? But
Could
you
have
said
been
you
dug.
adjusted it. You said you adjusted it. You could feel it go against the cam, on the governor.
It could have gone right when I lifted the pan. Definitely.
Possibility that you don't know until you put it back together.
I would definitely also say that nobody has been in there.
No, because it still had a factory gasket on it.
Is the RB engines?
Call from mom.
Yeah, it's the SV the SV250 engine, a bit like a Honda. I call them a Honda wannabe. They are commonly made, but I was looking on the Mountfield website, and the gear cogs and even the gasket is now obsolete. You can't get them. The gasket I can make. It's not a problem either out of gasket paper or just gasket glue. That's not an issue. The gearing, you can buy the gearing off of some copy parts people. I have seen them, and they're about £7. Not a lot of money, but the gearing all looks good. Everything is where it needs to be. It's just weird. It can only be the carburetor, right? It can only be the carb.
I think, yeah. Have you checked the fuel metering?
It's all fine.
All
carb
fine?
pressurizes. It's a good carb.
Huh.
But I wonder what Hillbilly was saying something about the carburetor flap, and something tells me that possibly, I do remember taking the old flap out, the rod. Now maybe I put the rod round the wrong way. That is a possibility.
So we can go in either way.
It can go either side of the stop. That's what Hillbilly was saying. He was saying.
Oh, okay, I follow you now.
He was saying. Hillbilly. What did he say? Same problem when I rebuilt carbs on a mower. Dojo. Sup, Mick. It might be on the other stream now. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I might revisit the carburetor throttle assembly and see if I might have made a mistake and put the carburetor on the wrong side of the flap. That's a possibility. So I may look into that. I do have a spare engine. I can put another engine on it. These carbs are made for two different linkages, push or pull. The other difference is which side of the cast in stop and plastic linkage are on. Yeah, cool, understand. Yeah, I might try that first, Jason. I might try lifting the taking the flap off, lift the arm, tip it round. It could be that, but then I don't see how. If it is that, when I wind in the tick over screw, I don't think it would touch the arm. That's the problem. I don't see it being that to a degree. Well, I need to try it just to clear. This has got me up at night. This is crazy.
I can understand. I'm glad I got my Honda sorted with the fuel shut off, having that rubber piece in there.
Yeah.
Disintegrating from the ethanol and the petrol.
Yeah, Killer B. I've sent you an email, Mick, with my phone number. You have to excuse the bad spelling, as I have very bad dyslexia. Yeah, same as me. I'm dyslexic too, mate. Don't go sweating that. That's absolutely fine. I'll try and give you a ring tomorrow. Do you work during the day or during the night, Killer B? Just so I know. Slap the host with a wet fish and show the host some love. Yeah, show me some love. So as I say, I've got a donor engine. When I bought this as a job lot section, it come with 4 mowers, flathead Briggs, and a Champion, which I think actually is an SV200 lump as well, just a slightly different setup. So I'm just wondering if I'll put the other engine on for now, just to get the engine running, and then just put this on the back burner until I sort it. You know, it could be an idea. Yeah, it is a sort of a Chinese-made engine, Michael, to a degree. They're all different sponsors. You know, a Mountfield SV200 actually is a Honda wannabe, and Champion use the same engine as well. So you work 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Oh, lucky you. Cool. Okay. I'll give you a text first and what have you, Killer B, just so we can try and sort something out. But it sounds pretty good. And also, you got over 200 mowers or something in the yard. I'd be interested to see some of them as well. You know me, I'm always one after a deal. Hey,
sorry, I had to run off, guys.
You're right, mate. No worries. You ain't got to apologise to me. Link is in the chat, gents, ladies. If you want to come on up, have a chat for a bit. I wasn't intending to go live, but I was talking to Doug earlier on, and this machine is just doing my head in. Before I end up putting a 14-pound sledge through it, I just thought I'd
He'll do it in a heartbeat.
I don't need to. I don't need to threaten anything to whack it. You know me.
Yeah, you used to tell me whack it with a hammer. I said, no.
Just really
when
weird.
I was having problems with that carburetor on that big opposed twin, he said, "Hit it with a hammer."
Yeah, well, exactly that. Like, you know, you had the same problems. You had a carburetor that would just not fuel. And
hey, Bo, you know what a opposed twin, you know, and they got the big carburetors on top of it. For some reason, and I did a live stream when I was doing this carburetor. For some unknown reason, I was getting fuel from the vacuum fuel pump, the stock vacuum fuel pump. I was getting fuel sucked up to that, going into carburetor, and it's 2-piece, the upper bowl and the bottom bowl.
Okay.
And the float hooks to the upper part of the bowl, the fuel level, the float. Blew through that, it was fine. Shut it off, it'll stop. You open it up, blow right through it. But when you put it together, it'll match up to the fuel hole that's coming out, going into the float and going into the bowl. It would not fuel from there, even though you blew through it and everything. It would not fuel up the bowl. Why? I don't know. Never had that problem with that carburetor. It's just been sitting for about a month and a half, 2 months, and all of a sudden she started doing it. I blew carb cleaner through it. It went right through the needle seat and everything. Fine, but it would not push the fuel through that at all.
So I take it, and Doug, that carburetor that's no good, you threw it straight in the bin, right?
No, you know me better than that.
So why are you keeping a carburetor that's no good? Same as
because,
me.
Well, you know, when you got other YouTubers that's also small engine client, you know, they want the carburetor because they want to see what's wrong with it, you know, and everything. So that's the reason why I still hold on to it. And then it's in a little box that fixing to get shipped either to Lonesome Garage or to Hot Rod J21, you know.
So, in your opinion, what was wrong with that carburetor? Because you got another carburetor which is the same, right? You put the same external. Was it external pump?
Yeah, it's. I had to put a external vacuum pump on it.
Yeah.
Instead of using the stock pump that Hot Rod J21 sent to me.
Yeah.
And I put that on there. Put the carburetor on it. Hit the key. She fired off right off the bat. Ain't got to choke it. Nothing. She'll
Don't
fire
make
up.
it don't make no sense, Doug.
It don't. It just don't make no sense. It's the same thing with yours. It just don't make no sense.
So I was just saying, Hillbilly actually had quite a good idea, and he's got me thinking. That other carburetor I showed you that originally come off of it that had the broken arm. Well, I would have taken that throttle flap out. It has a small Phillips head, doesn't it? Take the throttle flap out, then remove the arm. Hillbilly reckons that possibility when I put the arm back in, I put the throttle on the wrong side of a stop.
Possibility.
But looking at the carburetor, which I can't recall it being 100% now because I've come away from the shop, I think that the idle screw is up against the flap, so if I turn the arm around the other way, it wouldn't touch the idle screw.
You got a puppy dog 2 boat that's acting up.
I got 11-year-old hairy beast. Come here, Josie. Come here. Come here. Come here. Up. Get up. Come on. Up.
Hillbilly says, Mud Mower, did you rebuild the opposed twin carb with new gaskets?
Yes, I did. It was a 4-bolt style fuel pump. I put a new gasket set in it on the backside, the new spring, the new holder for the spring, everything. But it's coming through. The fuel was coming through the fuel pump. So
I see it. I see it on the stream because I was actually laughing my head off, Doug, because I could see how.
Because I had the whole top of the bowl slap off of it and spun it over and it's shooting gas straight up in the air.
Oh.
I know it made no sense, right?
No, it did not make no sense. And I put the carburetor that J21, Hot Rod J21 sent to me, and that was a 3-bolt. And the 3-bolt carburetors has a fuel air mixture screw. The 4-bolt don't. And you could adjust this for your fuel air mixture. This one here, and I love them. I love them. You know.
Got to go, guys. Sorry, not been much help. No, Jason, it's not a problem, mate. It's
No.
What it's about. It's about just banging heads together and coming up with a solution before I end up throwing it over a neighbour's fence.
You know, the ones that don't have the knowledge, they'll learn something.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what this is all about. Is about helping one another out, learning something that you don't know about, and get more knowledge into you. That's what this is all about.
So I think we're down to three possibles. We can rule out the governor rod. We can rule out the governor cog. We can rule out the oil slinger and butterfly assembly. The cams are good. It's set at the right timing. So I think we're left with Hillbilly's option of the throttle linkage being set on the wrong side of a stop. It could be the carburetor arms or spring being incorrect from stock. But until I actually check out the specs on the rod to see how long they should be, I've got a feeling, Doug, 100% they're the right rods.
They probably are. You know what I mean?
So I reckon it's either going to be what Hillbilly suggested. It's going to be the throttle stop is ran the wrong way, which would make sense if the throttle is not being stopped as it should be. Then it's going to sit wide open. Or it is a NAF carb.
Now, can you swap carburetors with the The spare motor?
I think it's a completely different throttle linkage setup. Completely different. And I looked in my stock of old carburetors that are no good that I don't throw away. and I don't have any other LHP 19s. I've got 16s, which come off of the SV150s, but I don't have no 19s. And looking on me on the Tinterweb, Roy's a boy. Feel free to smash the link, mate, and come
Hey,
on
Roy.
up. You can come up here, Roy,
Hello, Roy.
and diagnose my issue, Roy. You can come up in a
But where you out of?
You can come up in a bit, Haggis. I'm trying to get this
north of Detroit.
Trying to get this engine sorted out.
Yep. You know where Pontiac, Michigan is?
Yes, sir.
No, where are you at?
Talladega, Alabama.
Alabama. Home of the peanut butter fudge.
Mm-hmm.
You must have some hot weather today.
It's 92.
It's almost 90 here. Unbelievable.
Here comes the old man. Y'all better behave.
So we got
Nick here. Everybody behave.
Look at that receding hairline.
What, mine?
No, Roy, he had his head. Oh no, Bo, come on now.
Yeah, Roy.
I shaved my head like Mick.
Roy's the boys to the rescue.
Come on in here, Roy. Come on.
Yeah, I am here. Hang on, I'm going into a different room.
Killer B, what was that carburetor you said? What you said, LHP 19?
Hang on, I'm getting feedback. Hang on, bear with me.
Do you have your telly on?
Couple American boys against a couple of UK guys. Oh my Lord.
Right, there we are. I'm here. I'm all sorted.
Doug, just remember before you start rock and rolling, I had the power to put you in the basement quick sharp. Just remember that.
That's it. You tell him, Mick.
Hey, them fried taters with eggs and cheese in them the other morning was good, and that biscuit and sausage gravy was good this morning with taters.
You got me wanting to make some biscuits and gravy.
Right. Good evening.
Hello, Roy. How you doing?
All right, mate. What's the matter, Mick?
It wasn't a planned live stream. It's
I
just
know.
literally...
I'm thinking. I see. I've got a notification just there that Mick's Mowers is live, and I'm thinking, what's going on? It ain't like him on a weekday.
No, exactly. I've been awake, Roy. I've been awake at night. Well, during the day. I've got an engine, right? I've got a Mountfield 21, 22-inch cut with a SV200 lump sat on top.
Right.
Hello, MJ. How you doing? Pete has given me the control panel for the choke assembly because it's missing the small spring.
That's right. Yeah, I saw it the weekend.
Yeah, fitted that.
Yeah.
So originally, before I fitted all that, the engine would run but would not idle, but it would not come off choke. Right? Fitted the control panel. Now it runs on choke and it's juddery and it's smoking and doing everything it should do, what you'd expect an engine to run on choke. Right?
Yeah.
But as soon as you take it off a choke and you see the spring comes back and the choke flap opens, the engines go, the revs go through the roof. Absolutely through the roof. Can you just make sure you got that email as my 4G is playing? 2 seconds. Let me just check an email very quickly. Yes, mate, I have got it. Carb. Hi. Yep, I've got your email, Killer B. No worries. I'll double check it later on. So the revs go through the roof, right? And it doesn't matter whether you put it onto idle or nothing. The revs go absolutely through the roof. The engine is working double time. So I was chatting to Doug earlier. I chatted to Pete earlier. And I was semi-convinced it was something internal. Maybe the governor cog had given out or the governor rod had sheared or whatever.
Have you got the pins or whatever the rods are all set up correctly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got 3 or 4, you got 3 holes, in 3 different holes, in you on that governor?
No, not on this one. No. The governor, the bottom of the governor arm only has 1 hole which goes up onto the control panel. The top of the rod has 1 hole which goes onto a throttle. And then
have you got the rods? You know where that control unit is, and it's got that sliding bit.
Yeah.
Is the rod in that sliding bit?
Yeah. Oh, and the spring and the spring is now working. That when you take it off a choke, the revs stay where they should do, but the choke flap then opens. Ian Days, how you doing? For those who can't see, Sean of Sparkles Clark is saying hi, Dad, and hi, Boats. I'm assuming hi, Dad is to you, Doug, is it?
Yeah, she calls me Dad.
Yeah. He can't see the chat, Shauna, so I'll relay any messages on for you. Shauna says hi to Roy as well.
I haven't got the chat on. I can't see it at the moment.
Okay, I can relay it all on. No worries.
Yeah.
So, as far as I'm concerned, everything is working internally. It's exactly how it should be. There's nothing come adrift. Everything on the control panel is working exactly how it should be. So we're left down to, we've had 3 suggestions. One is Doug's idea is that the throttle arms possibly are incorrect, but I've looked on.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is you got the long arm with the spring that goes, or the long arm goes through the spring. Yeah. Is that set up correctly and on the right?
It can only go in 2 spots, Roy, A and B. That's it. There's no other option for it to go anywhere else.
Right. And when you put the control rod on, is there a setting before you bolt it on?
No.
It just bolts on, it's done.
But there's two bolts, 2 10mm bolts that hold that into place.
Yeah, I mean, because when you tried setting it up before, right, when it didn't have that spring on, yeah, you had one of the rods. It was long ways, well, a crossways rather than long ways.
I'd put that on incorrect.
Right.
Because I looked at the service manual and spotted that mistake, and initially I thought that the spring on the governor arm side wasn't quite in there right. It was too far in, so I pulled it back a touch to give it some slack. So it wasn't any of that.
Right.
So Doug reckons it could be the throttle arms are incorrect, but I looked on YouTube, on eBay, and they look to be correct shape, but I need to check the spec in sizes in length. We've had Hillbilly has said it could be that do you remember I took the throttle arm off of an old carb to put into this one?
Yeah.
He reckons I could have put the throttle arm incorrect around by the stop. So in fact, when it revs up, it's not hitting the stop, it's going past the stop.
All right.
So that to me makes more sense.
That's a possibility. I say it might be that.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it could be. Playtime with Even Harry says, sell it to Roy for 60 quid, job done.
Who said that?
Playtime with Even Harry.
Right. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll sell it to me for 60 quid and I'll sell it for 300. Fair enough. All right, okay.
Hey, there you go.
It won't have a control panel on it.
Yeah. Did you download the manual for the SB 200?
Yeah, I've got all the service manuals. I've got all the maintenance manuals. I've got parts. I've got, you name it, I've got it. Well, Pete sent them all over. There's the link in the chat, people. If any small engine people want to come on up and have a chat to try and solve this issue. And then what everybody else is saying is the carburetor is US. Now, the only one other thing I did to that carburetor was
I wonder if that makes it towards us. You know, if he says US, I wonder if he makes it towards us.
What?
US. What does US mean?
US was Unserviceable. That's what they call it.
See,
in the British Army.
that's what happens, Doug. When you get like that, that's what happens. You go for a Burton, and I can bring you back up, and I can put you back down as much as I like. If you're not going to play by ball,
yeah. It's a term.
Boats is laughing. He's gone as well now.
Dougie, it's a term. Oh, they're all going. It's a term that's been used in the British Army for years, which means unserviceable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't mean it against anything. I just wanted a good laugh.
We're not trying to say US is crap, you know what I mean? But we just.
Oh.
Come on now, Boats. It's not. They're playing nice now, Boats. You can go downstairs and behave yourself. Right.
Oh, look, he's gone now. Look,
get back up to where I started from. So, the only one other thing I did do is, you know, the idle screw. There's a little tiny slow idling jet that sits underneath the idling screw.
Yeah.
I did exchange that out for another one because I think the little tiny O-ring seals had gone, so it could be something to do with that. But it's not actually restricting the amount of flow going through. It could be too much flow coming in. But that wouldn't explain. If there's too much fuel going in. That would choke it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would make it bog down and flood out, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Hillbilly says, looking forward to a video on this so I can see how it works out. For now, I've got grass to mow. Righto, Hillbilly. Thanks for your input, mate. Much appreciated.
See you, Hillbilly.
So,
yeah, it would. I would figure if it had too short of a needle or too long of a needle, you either make it thin out, lean out, or richen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even then, if it richen it out, it'll be blowing a little bit of black smoke right along with it.
It's blowing a little bit out on choke, though, but you would expect that, right?
Mick,
you expect all that.
Mick, is there a throttle cable?
I've got a throttle cable, yeah, positive, negative, fast, slow, and choke, and that's all set. When I set it on the control panel, I set it all to choke, pulled the flat back, it's choking, and you can see it when it comes off a choke and goes down onto idle, and that's all fine.
Right, because I'm just looking. I'm in the service manual for the machine now, and it's saying is the throttle's fast position may not correspond with the carburetor's fast position, and reducing the flow of mixture and hence the power. That's what it says here.
But it's got to be set.
It says check or adjust the throttle cable.
Matt Stubbington, there's a link just above you where you are. You need to get your bum up here and have a chat with us about how to fix this lawnmower. There's a link. Hit the link and follow the instructions and come on up, Matt.
6.5.
This is right up your street.
Let's have a look. Go with 6.5. Here we go. 6.1.
Yes, I did. 999. Yeah, I checked that.
6.5. Well, what did he say?
He was checking. He was saying about, did you check the choke distant action? It's all fine.
Yeah. Okay. Right, Governor.
And what you're saying, Roy, is that the wide open throttle may not be in correspondent to the carburetor. Well, it has to be to a certain degree because you have to set it to choke, right? Everything is sort of set from the choke, isn't it?
From Westlake.
Is that you down here? Is that Doug Sweener?
Yeah.
Oh, he's muted himself now. He's gone. Yeah. It's a shame I can't put these pictures on here. Right. Yeah, because I've got the manual now for the choke. Did you download this manual, Mick?
I've got all the manuals. I've got everything.
Right. Okay.
And I've even looked at the manual that corresponds with with all the internals. So I'm checking that all slingers in the right place, and yeah, I've had the engine. I've got the engine split in half. Roy, it's currently in the sulking shed, crying.
Right. I wonder why I haven't heard from you today. Move the governor control for lever forward as far as possible, and by keeping that position lock. All right, so loosen screw 1, which holds the cable, right?
Say again.
Right, loosen screw 1, which holds the throttle cable, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And off the clamp, which is clamp 2, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, so then the cable, the actual cable is running loose, right? And it says set the throttle cable, set the throttle control lever to choke, which is forward, right?
Yep.
And then move the governor lever forward.
Yep.
As far as possible by keeping it in this position, and then lock the casing of 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Done.
I take it you did that.
I did that 3 times. Charles Anderson says, "Have you tried hitting it with a hammer?"
Yeah,
we already went through this situation.
Would love to join the chat, but I don't think you would appreciate the sat nav and a rattly van in the background. Killer B, anytime you want to come on up, feel free. If it's too noisy, we'd just chuck you back out again. But it's up to you. What's Stefan says? What's going? It's like musical pictures. Yeah, I know. I found a new button. It's great. So when people get a bit gobby, you can just get shot. A minute, right, boats?
Yeah. You ain't got to attack me, have you, Mick?
He comes back.
Here we go again.
Mick.
Yeah.
You ain't got to attack me, have you?
I've got. You can download an app to do that. I've checked that already, Roy. You can download an app to do that as well.
Oh, what, for the tachometer?
Yeah.
What? Use your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, you have to send me a link for that one.
I was watching somebody. I think it was could have been Bruce Pinder.
Right. Okay.
It could have been. I'm not sure.
It says that the maximum engine speed shouldn't be between. Well, it shouldn't. It must be between, I should say, 2,700 and 2.9.
So this engine you have is a Honda clone?
It's a SV200. So it's designed on the Honda.
Yeah, it's a Honda wannabe.
Okay.
Yeah. If you did all that and more, the only one thing it can think could be is a vacuum leak, or the throttle cable length needs to be changed. I don't think it'd be a throttle, because literally you set it to choke on the arm, which is at the choke position, and it's set right on the carb. You can see the flap closes. I don't think it's that. A vacuum leak could be.
Is it one of those plastic carbs?
No, but there must be an air intake for it and an air outtake.
Well, there is an air intake pipe. I can see it here. Have you got that missing? I take it.
That's on.
Right. Okay. Have you took that pipe off and held one end and tried to blow in it, and just to see if there's any leakage?
I can try that.
I gotta go get me some more coffee. I'll be right back.
Make me one too. Matt Stubborn says need to get a new camera before I can join, but on with problem. Only just joined partway through with engine. We are problem solving. So what's happening? So I've got an engine that will just rev its head off and do nothing else other by rev its head off. Matt, tried everything with it so far, and no matter what I do, I just cannot get it to settle down. I've even split the engine to check the governor rod, governor gears, all slingers, everything's set up timing, the cams are fine, everything inside is as it should be, and there's nothing in, even the oil doesn't have any residue of any filings or anything in there at all. Yeah, Sean, it's like musical chairs in here. It's great. Roy, this is a great button to have.
Hello, Stefan. So I've gone on to the chat now. Shauna, hello. Well, I ain't going to keep saying too much because this is Mick's trying to sort out his problem.
It's weird. SV200. So it's like the SV150, it's just slightly bigger.
Well, it's completely around the other way, though, isn't it? It looks. It don't look the same.
No, it's set up differently. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it is completely different to what the 1V, because the SV1V it's got the flat rather than horizontal.
Yeah. It's the same process.
Yeah.
It's Pooch. What dog is? What sort of dog is that?
When you put that
It's
control arm
on,
Mick.
Say again, Roy.
When you put the control arm on, yeah.
Hang on, I've got Boats talking. What do you say, Boats?
Oh, golden retriever poodle mix.
A poodle retriever. Fantastic.
Golden doodle they call it.
A golden doodle.
Yeah.
Cool.
She's a good dog.
Yeah. Go on, Roy.
Right. When you put that control arm and you bolted it on with the center bolt, yeah?
Yep.
Now, there is another bolt on the bottom, isn't there?
Yeah, to the right hand side of it. 10 mil.
Right. Yeah. Which one did you put on first?
I put it's irrelevant because there's a little tiny sleeve that sits on the center one, and I thought initially it actually goes inside, but it doesn't. It just sits in like a captive sort of recess, so it doesn't matter which one you put it in. It can only ever go one way. You can't put it on upside down, you can't off center it or nothing, because once you put that center bolt in, it has to line up with the one on the right hand side.
Oh, okay. So I'm just going through this manual, looking at different things.
No, I understand, mate. I've been racking my brain too. So Steve Barker is saying the SB150s had a similar problem, bad engines. To be honest, yeah, but they're not too bad. I've worked on worse. The Americans have one called the Tecumseh, which is a fantastic engine. You should try one of them. They're brilliant. Is it possible that the governor arm is working in the wrong direction? No, everything is fine. You can't. The governor arm that links onto the governor rod. As you set it up, it has to work in regards to all slinger.
Oh, I didn't see
and
them.
what have you. So that's one piece. You can't have that set incorrectly. And the governor arm does not look like it's been bent or anything. So it's not that.
Oh, Southern Bell's back to Southern Bell.
Yeah, that's good to see. You can bend the throttle arm backwards and forwards with a pair of pliers and twist it. Yeah, I have seen the same hacks as that, but that's not going to solve the problem. And I'm not into that sort of thing. If it's not working, it's not working. You can tweak those adjustments, but this has not been bent. So if it had been bent, I'd straighten it back. But it's not that. I know that Jeff Small Engine Repair, he does a good hack on increasing the RPMs. I don't need to increase the RPM. I need to slow it down. But I can hold the governor with one hand, one finger, and it will stop the it will stop it. So it will work. I reckon that hillbilly might have whacked it on the head and said that throttle arm is past the stop.
Yeah. The throttle arm, that's the long one with the spring, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Is the rod around the correct way? Have you tried turning it round the other way?
It won't fit.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Because it goes left hand turn, then right into the governor, and then down and forward onto the arm.
Is the sheath bent at all in any way? Is the spring?
It's got on the rod. It's got a very, very slight bend. But to be honest, that was probably me trying to get it out the front of the carburetor. But
no, I think that's meant to be there by looking at this picture,
right?
Which goes into the right hand side way.
We've got some
because it brings it away from the engine.
Yeah, we've got somebody saying, "Is it the jets?" I don't believe it's that. Wandering Haggis is saying,
"Well, you've put it through the cleaner twice, didn't you?
It's been cleaned, yeah. Bell was saying hi to everyone. Slap the button with a wet fish, says Haggis. Hit it with a hammer, Mick, and sling it over the fence. That's the best idea I've heard all day.
Cool. Doug's got his light on. Now I can see what he looks like.
Doug, you're muted, mate. We can't hear you. Turn your mute off.
He's eating chicken.
That boy's always. That's it. Yeah, you got that. That boy's always eating.
I said I was making boat hungry. Steamed squash and zucchini.
Andy's saying jets again. If all else doesn't work, you may need to replace centrifugal weights to make up the internal governor.
Nick,
it could be.
Is that the carburetor where I told you take out that little screw, the adjustment, the idle screw, right? I'm looking at the picture now, and then underneath it is a little plastic cap.
Yeah,
right?
that's a slow valve, a slow fuel valve.
Yeah. Did you take that little cap out and check that?
Right, initially, when I took it out, the O-ring had come off.
Right. Well, that's where it could be sucking in air in.
Yeah.
But I was saying, when you took that cap off, and inside it should have a little hole inside it. Yeah. Did you clean that out, or just make it slightly bigger, like I said before?
I kicked it in the dirt and put it back in.
Right. try taking it out again. Right.
I did that.
And use a little drill piece.
I did
and make the hole slightly bigger.
I did that as well.
You done that as well, right? Okay. And you put a new O-ring back in. I take it.
Did that.
Right. Is it a fuel resistant O-ring?
Yes. Because it come off of another slow jet.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Matt Stubbington says, air leak between the carb and the cylinder head. No, it's got a gasket there and it was not doing it.
And Southern Belle says, have a Coke.
Hi, baby.
Did she give me a wallop as well?
She's just gave you a super chat.
You are wicked. I can't see it on here. I'm reading a different chat, but thank you very much for that. Much appreciated.
Yeah, she gave you a $1.99 chat, super chat.
She's something else, ain't she?
She's fantastic. So 999 says Roy got a point. See if you can replace that O-ring. I've done the O-ring. That's done.
Well, can you try replacing it with a new one?
Yeah, definitely. But it's a snug fit. It pushes down, and then you got to clip it in. It's doing it. I've had them before where.
Whose mobile is that?
That's Doug's.
Is that
before?
Yeah, look.
Where sometimes
hello.
You get a bit of a leaky seat, and doesn't quite sit right. But this is pushing down to a certain point, and then you have to put it into place. So I know it's seating.
Yeah.
Anyone else wants to come on up? There's a link in the chat. If anyone wants to throw any more ideas at us.
Ohio Hillbilly says, got an easy check. Pull the air cleaner off and have a look into the carb throttle. If the throttle plate is not closed when the engine is off,
start again.
On the wrong side of the stop.
Who's that, Hillbilly?
Yeah.
Got an easy check. Pull the air cleaner off and have a look into the carb throat. If the throttle plate is not closed when the engine is off, you are on the wrong side of the stop. Right, Hillbilly, I should do that, definitely. And in fact, I'm going to take a photograph of that, Hillbilly. And if you are successful, or if that's the reason, I should be sending you something very special. And it will probably be
that sounds really logical. That sounds really logical.
It does, doesn't it? And it'll probably be a broken LHP19 carburetor I'll send you. But I'll send you something nice. Southern Belle's laughing. I'm stumped. MTSV and RVs are a head scratcher. Are you kidding me?
I think Ohio Hillbilly should start doing some videos.
he says he's saying he's the wrong side of 70 to come up on a live stream. I'm not having that. He's a really knowledgeable fella, and you know,
that's a poor excuse.
Yeah, I know. In a bit, Haggis, we're just small engine stuff. Oh, don't give me all that Matt Hillbilly beat me to it. Are you Dirt Rider, are you going to come up here or what? Come and say hello, because you're a small engine boy.
Yeah, come on, Dirt Rider, come and say hello. We need some of your knowledge.
I quite like Hillbilly's idea, actually. That to me makes a bit of sense.
Yeah.
If not, it's going to be a new carb.
And you said this hillbilly's 7 years old?
70.
He's 70, is he?
Oh, 70?
70
Oh, shoot, come on.
70 something. He, as they say in the UK, he's barely running.
With that much knowledge and everything, he should have his own YouTube channel.
I think he does, doesn't he?
Max Stubbins says, Roy, some TNT would fix it for sure.
I hear that.
I know where to get some. I know. What did Southern Bell say? I have a small engine girl. Do you? What's a small engine girl, Southern Bell?
Hey, Roy, you should be able to get fireworks then.
So again, Doug?
You should be able to get fireworks then.
Yeah.
Are you still certified for explosives?
No, mate. No. Once I left the army, if I joined a company that deals with that, then I would be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No problem, Killer B. And as I say, anytime. Me and Roy do Sundays, lives on Sundays at 2 till 4. So you're more than welcome to come on up on any other live stream and come and join us and we'll have it. Roy, Killer B lives about 40 minutes away from me, and he's just declared he's got over 400 odd mowers in his yard.
Who's this? Sorry,
I can't talk to you about it anymore, Roy. It's confidential.
Oh, is this a new contact you found?
Don't know. Might have done.
Oh, right. What, is this someone on the chat or just someone you're talking about?
Don't know. Can't discuss it any further.
Fair enough, mate. Yeah. So it wouldn't be worth me driving the 3.5 hours down there and getting some.
Once I've checked it out, I'll let you know.
I had someone local to me put up. It was 7 mowers. He had 2 Admirals Atcos, 3 or 4 different ones. Only 2 of them didn't have grass boxes. He had a backpack still strimmer, and he was asking for offers. And I said to him, well, you tell me what you want, and then I'll give you an offer. And that was it. I didn't hear from him again. Hello, Edward.
Well, I mean, Killer B, you know, he may have a LHP 19 carburetor, which is in good nick. If he's got one, then I'm happy to go. So,
hey, Mick, while you're there, see if he's got a ride mower so you can build a mud mower.
Yeah, cool.
Mick, I had to laugh. Have you seen what G-Man's put?
G-Man. If all else fails, get Roy to turn it into a clock. That'd be a good idea.
Oh, stop. Right. So you're going to try what Ohio Hillbilly?
I'm going to have a go. Well, he is what he's saying is common sense. Is just to look in the throat.
Hang on a minute.
Just look in the throat. So that would make sense to me. That would be a starting point.
Yeah, you'd be able to tell right away if it's open or not on the settings of the plate.
Hello.
Hillbilly says, Mick, you're
Yeah, well, I was in the
smiling.
other room.
I saw the light go on. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
I'm chatting to some friends on the live stream. Hang on a minute.
And
Mick, I'll be back in a minute, Mick. I'm going to mute myself.
I'll put you downstairs, Bob. This is exactly what it's all about. Hillbilly, is that you got you're 70 odd years old. You've got a lot of experience in the small engine world. I've been doing it since I was 11, 12 years old. You've got Doug Swinner, who's 110. You've got Boats, who sometimes he just looks glamorous. This is what it's about, right? It's about getting people's heads together and sorting out a problem. Granted, you're sorting my problem out, but there will come a day when someone needs my help. And trust me, I get emails every week saying, Mick, have you got this? Have you got that? How do you do this? And I'm not the expert. I'm just the one who just runs a channel. So effectively, it's a centre hub. So it's what it's all about. So Killer B says, I have one in the back of the van at the moment. Do believe. There you go. He's got a car. That's brilliant. So I'm sure we'll sort something out, Killer B. We could be good for each other, actually, just working off each other and help each other out. That could be good. So Hillbilly says that Mick, you're smiling. I saw the light go on, and to me that then made sense. And it's something I just didn't think of because I'm too caught up in. Just give me a wave, Roy, when you want to come back up, mate. It just sort of made sense to me to look at that, but you get so caught up in the moment and the frustration of why is this not working. I mean, if you guys could ever see my editing outtakes of my videos, you could believe me, there's hammers and spanners flying everywhere. You know what I mean? When you pull a pull cord and the timing's out and it breaks your fingers, you know what I mean? All that sort of stuff, all the swear words, you don't see any of that. And that happens regularly. But it's nice when you can get a bunch of people together and shoot around what should be, am I right, a simple fix. It should be an easy fix. So why is it an issue? Are you still on the phone, Roy? Are you finished? Give us a wave if you are, mate. If you're finished, and I'll bring you back up.
I got something from a buddy of mine from the UK. It says friendship, and you know what you gave me.
Friendship is just like pissing your pants. Everyone can see it, but only you can feel its warmth.
I got my crown around here, sir.
I can agree with that.
That's what friendship is. Friendship is just like pissing your pants. John Stubb says, I need to release the outtakes. No chance. I'll get banned from YouTube in a week. I'm not doing it. Because trust me, I'll tell you, one day I was doing I think, Doug, I was doing that Hater 48. I was. And I'll tell you what I was doing. I was putting the piston arm back on the piston. And it's got that little tiny chamfered bolt that goes through the piston, through the rod, yeah. And on the outside of that, it's got a little tiny city round circlip. It's a ring clip, isn't it? It's not even a circlip.
Yeah.
I was filming it. I was mucking about with long nose pliers, and all of a sudden it went ping and shot off across the workshop. And you know what my workshop's like, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, the camera went for a Burton, over went the mower. It took me 45 minutes to find that sodding clip. I found it, but the language was absolutely disgusting.
You're lucky that you found it.
I got it. It was under the mobility scooter. I got it though. Sorry, guys. Was busy making Lego was busy making a logo. I thought it said Lego for Jason Massey, but was listening. Yeah, it's cool. No worries. How many times did Mrs. P duck from flying things? Yeah, it happens regular. In fact, sometimes she walk towards the shed. She can hear the screaming. She just turns around and walks back off again. She knows not to bother. Are you waving, Roy? No, he's not. He's down in the basement doing something. Link is in the chat, people, for those who want to come on up. I'll open it up to anyone now if you want to have a chat, but we are still trying to diagnose this engine if possible. So feel free to come on up if you want to.
Well, once when you do that, like Hillbilly said, was it Hillbilly or
yeah,
those gentlemen?
Ohio, you know, your way, Ohio Hillbilly.
Once when you do that, you'll be able to tell right off the bat if it's closing and a possibility you could have it going the wrong way.
Yeah.
I have seen that done numerous times. I have seen that done. Even Muskie 1 done it one time wrong.
It would make sense to me. That makes sense because I can remember having an issue with the throttle alarm on the original carburetor. I can remember, so I had to take the Phillips screw head out of the throttle flap, remove the flap to retract the arm. So maybe I didn't put it back in right. Maybe
because I told my nephew the arm got bent on top of his carburetor. His brother bent it. I said, well, just take the screw out, pull the whole arm out, and remember how that thing went back in.
Yeah.
You know, that way there you could put it back in the right way.
But to me, the only thing that is I'm not convinced about with it, Doug, is that flap, it's flat one side and concave the other. So I'm just wondering. I think it can only go on one way. Because there's no way that flap would sit on the concave side of the bar. I need to check it. It's already doing my head in. Oh, Haggis wants to come on up. There's Haggis. Boom. There he is. Hi,
Hello.
Haggis. How you doing, buddy?
All right, guys.
How you doing, Corey? What, you're in a helicopter? You got a set of head cans on.
Hello there, Mr. Haggis.
I'm the one who've been telling everybody to slap everybody with a wet fish.
Yeah, you got to slap with a wet fish. Mike, you coming up, mate, are you? Dirt Rider, you going to come on up and say hello? I'm not doing no outtake videos, gents. It's not going to happen. I'll be banned from YouTube in a day.
You know, this is a good thing I have to think. Good thing I record first before I send it to YouTube.
I'm telling you, I watch all my videos fully throughout before I hit that publish button. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and when I record, after I record, I go through the video, make sure everything's okay with it before I send it to YouTube.
Oh, I'm telling you, my shed erection, if you want to call it that, the amount of times I had to edit bum crack out of the video was unbelievable.
Yeah, but I still see bum crack.
That what you saw there was minor bum crack. I'm talking total eclipse.
Yeah, but I've seen a full moon several times.
When you're hanging a D-Wart drill on your pocket, they're quite heavy. It may pull down on my trousers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, that's the reason why. That's the reason why I got suspenders on. You know, because
I might have to get myself a pair of big boy panties. I'm telling you.
Because of strapping on that D-Walt and strapping on that 25-foot tape, everything I've been doing in my shop.
Yep. Yeah, I might have to get myself a pair. I might get myself a nice pair of work dungarees just for in the shop.
I tell you what I done. I got me a fireproof bib, and it's kind of just a smock.
Yeah.
I slip over myself because the feeding tube I got still in my stomach to protect it for sparks and just in case it might get snagged on something or another.
Yeah. I don't. Roy, is Roy trying to come back? No, he's not. He's on my phone.
Of course, Bruce, he puts on those one bib overalls. Bruce Pender.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. He's getting a pair of dungarees. We call them dungarees over here.
A pair of coveralls, light duty coveralls.
Yeah, we call them dungarees.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you call our biscuits different than what.
It's the same as Chris. You call them chips. We call them crisps.
Are you talking
Yeah,
about?
and we call our chips. They call them fries.
Aye.
I don't know why I got to muck about the English language. You know what I'm telling you. The language was perfect till you guys started mucking with it.
Aye, it was.
I know it.
It was
Mick,
good.
Are you referring to dungarees as overalls with straps?
Yeah, dungarees. Yeah.
Oh, we call them overalls.
No.
Yeah, we'll call them overalls.
They're called dungarees. That's what we call them. And then you guys just change the name.
Well,
Boats. If you're just going to get gobby boats, you can go down for a swim. Right, that's him gone.
you got to understand, dungarees to me is.
Nope, not doing it. I ain't going to listen to him. See, what we call overalls is an all-in-one boiler suit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Which is
it's
a bit like an adult's baby grow. It's all in one. That's what we call coveralls because it covers all.
Yeah.
See what you're referring to a coverall is only covering 3/4.
Overall.
You what we call dungarees, you call coveralls, right?
Oh, we call overalls.
Overalls, right? Okay, so stop there. So what you call coveralls or overalls are dungarees. So if you were to spray yourself in paint, you would get paint all over your shoulders, down your arms, and in the sides of your tummy, wouldn't you? So it ain't covering all, is it?
No.
Right. So what we call coveralls or boiler suits, they are like a baby grow, top to bottom. They zip up here, and you're completely covered. Cover all. This is what I'm saying. We invented the language, we invented the terminology, and then you guys all got drunk one night and started wrecking it.
I like what Edward Thomas said there. Mick, don't confuse the Americans.
I'm not trying to confuse them. They just confuse themselves.
Well, just get you a set of bib overalls, and you'll be all right.
England by an English fella.
Say again.
I got played by an English fella when I was in Portsmouth, England.
Yeah.
He saw us come off the ship, and he knew we were fun to mess with, so he got us drinking yards of ale.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm getting hauled by the bobbies back to the ship.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's what happens when you drink a yard of ale, mate. That's what happens.
Oh my goodness, never again.
So Dirt Rider says bibs. What's a bib?
Mm-hmm.
Bib
bib overalls is like a pair of jeans, but you got a bib in front of you that clips over your shoulders, and then you got pockets in front of it.
No, we call them a bib and brace.
Okay.
Because you got braces over the top of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's called we call them bib and brace. So they're not called bibs.
Bib and brace.
That's a terminology that you guys are just mucked with.
Yeah, that's the reason why. That's the reason why us Southerns we call it bibs.
Yeah, bib and brace. Yeah. It's just I don't know why you had to muck with it. And then what happens is you stand up on your soapbox and you try and preach to me what it should really be called. We invented it. Have you ever heard of a thing called the English dictionary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of one called the American dictionary?
Mm-mm.
No, it doesn't exist. So if it ain't in there, then why are you using it? Yeah, there you go. Sean of Sparkles Clark says some places in Australia call them bib and brace. That's because lots of Australians are actually British. That's where their heritage comes from. That's exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other thing is that Americans are British anyway because we invented America.
Are you back, Roy? Roy, are you waving to me? Coming back up or not? Are you still on the phone? Are you looking at me? Let me bring it up and put it down again.
There is something,
You
but
want,
I can't remember what it is.
Are you back? Roy, are you back, or are you doing something else?
Send me this link. I want to have a look. I want to see my dad moving, for fuck's sake.
Hang on.
Okay. He's swearing. I might get rid of him.
Whoa.
Oh,
Foul language. He's like that off camera. I tell you, really nasty. So what do you recommend, guys? Shall we go for checking what Hillbilly says first? Check that first.
Yep.
And then if it ain't that, just a carburetor swap.
Yeah, that makes all the sense.
Are you waving, Roy? He's waving. Hang on, Roy's
Check
waving
what?
at me.
Check what?
2 seconds. Let me try and get Roy back. Is Roy back? Are you back, Roy?
I'm back.
Roy, your language is disgusting. You've been timed out for 2 minutes.
How can you hear me when I was in the basement?
Brother, I heard the F-bomb word come out. Who else heard the F-bomb word?
yeah.
Right, you're
So
out.
that's at least a £20 fine into the super chat.
Yeah.
You winding me up or what?
No,
No,
serious.
no.
It wasn't
The
you.
whole wide world heard you swear.
It was
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
else. It was someone you were talking to, or video you were watching, or something had a F-bomb in it.
Oh, that weren't me. That was the person I was talking to who was doing the F word.
So-
He's now watching the stream.
Who is it?
No,
It don't matter. But
Who
Now,
was it?
whoever's just joined the stream needs to put a £20 super chat in for swearing.
No, they don't need to do that. Who was it who was swearing? Roy? Who was it?
that was my oldest boy.
What's his name?
He's Daniel.
Daniel, put a comment in this link. So Edward Thomas is saying about a carburetor adjustment. There's not a lot of adjustment on them carbs, Roy, is there?
No.
That's a problem.
No.
now they come factory set almost now.
Yeah. That's the
Hey,
issue.
I only got a £2 super chat.
I'm not.
That's for swearing.
Who's that? Is that your boy, is it?
Yeah.
Danny boy, you didn't need to do that. You did not need. I was only playing with you. You didn't need to do that.
We
Thank you
were
very
only
much.
joking with you.
You did not need to do that. Killer B says he heard the F-bomb word, and so did the car next to him. Oh, okay. So here we go. Hillbilly says.
Oh, hang on.
the
Dizzy Don's
American-
calling me now.
The American
Okay.
dictionary does exist. It's called a Webster dictionary, and
Webster
it came out in
Dictionary.
1820. So we could be different. Notice that the things we spell are with an OU. I stand corrected.
Yeah, it's like they spell mum with an O.
Mom.
Yeah.
MOM. Mom.
Dirt Rider says it's hard to say what is wrong. There are so many things it could be. Well, I don't think you're right. I think it could be two simple things. I think it's three. I think it's either going to be what Hillbilly says, and I think he's got a very valid point. It's that choke, that throttle assemblies ran the wrong way, or it's the slow running jet is the wrong one, which I did play with it, or it's going to be a new donor carb. The only idle screw, yeah, the idle screw is not part of it as that, because it's running flat out, and the idle screw is to adjust for low idle, to tweak it up, and it's not doing that. It's already flat against the stop, so it's not doing that. I got a feeling Hillbilly's right. I got a feeling he's right. I don't know anything about the combustion engines. I'm a tech genius and drone pilot. Right, you need to for your punishment, and Danny boy, you need to set me up a new intro for my film, for my channel.
Yeah, one that ain't going to be
Copyright slammed.
yeah, copyrighted. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Shauna Sparkle says, "Okay, guys, I'm off to bed. 5 a.m. here in Australia. No night, Dad." So Shauna's off. Say goodbye to Shauna.
Not nice, Shauna.
G-Man has just put an emoji up. What's that emoji?
It's a clock.
What was it?
It's midnight.
All right. So I think we've got some good ideas, and to be fair, 2 of which I hadn't thought of. So
I think old Hillbilly should come over and fix it for you, Mick.
more than happy for him to do that. I don't mind charging him £35 an hour for him to fix it for me.
It's the same as the electric. I reckon Roy said the boy should do it.
There you go.
Yeah,
What should it?
You've got my address, Mick. You can always bring it to me, mate. No problem.
He's going to bring the shed to him. He wants you to wire the shed up.
He's got to do it and all. He's got. I tell you, Roy's going to be busy. He's got so much to do.
Yeah, well. What's it say, Danny? How much do Roy swear? I don't swear at all.
Pardon? Pardon, Roy?
Yeah, all right, Mick. Don't set me off.
I was just talking about
That's
editing.
not what I heard about on the
Don't set me
grapevine,
up.
Roy.
What type of pressure do you have when you hold the governor back?
Not excessively, but don't forget it is a mechanical governor, not a like a wind vane one. So it's all mechanical.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
one thing one you be able to feel.
Yeah, exactly that. So it is different. It's not a wind vane one, which is what was confusing me initially.
I ain't seen one of them in years.
What, a wind vane?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you
yeah.
what, Mick. I'm just looking back on that super chat you got for £2.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got more money out of him than I have in 20 years.
I can't odds that, Roy. That's what it is. In fact, he did text me to say, "Watch me do some wind my old man up in a minute." So that's what he said.
Yeah. I can believe that of him because he is a wind-up merchant.
So
is that right, Dan? Huh?
I think
Daniel, he hates it.
I think we've got some good ideas there, which is cool. It gives me a new lease of life to go in the shed tomorrow and have another little tinker. But first thing I've now got to do is go and get some gasket glue. I think I might have some, and put that pan back together. And what have you first. So it's not the end of it, but I have recorded most of it to show the journey.
So you gonna use that black Permatex gasket for him?
So again, Doug.
You gonna use that black Permatex gasket for him?
We got this blue stuff over here with gasket mate or something. It's called. It's the same thing.
Oh, RTV.
Mm-hmm.
Hey?
RTV sealant.
Oh, it's called gasket sealant. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, you get it off eBay, don't you?
I used to have it when I used to have Land Rovers because the rocker gasket was always leaking on me Rovers because you used to have that cork gasket, Roy, didn't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also had the cork gasket on me naturally aspirated 2.5 litres, so they were always leaking. So Danny Boy says I demand. Danny Boy says I demand a refund. Proceeds go towards my wedding. I wouldn't worry about your wedding, Danny Boy. Apparently Roy's going to pay for a whole lot in cash.
Your dad ain't that tight in his money, I'm sure he isn't.
Red. Sorry, blue, Steve. Yeah, blue.
That Land Rover I was telling you about down the road down here.
Yeah.
It is a four-cylinder Land Rover.
What, Defender? Or Discovery?
How old's the Land Rover?
80 model.
Well, it's going to be a Defender, isn't it?
It's going to be Defender 109. Short, post long.
Oh, I don't know. All depends what year in the 80s, because we still had the old type of Rover in the 80s in the army.
It's a short one.
Oh, was the fuel tanks under the seat?
It's in the back, beyond the rear end.
Well, okay. Ain't the old. It must be the Defender then, yeah.
It sounds like Defender 109 or 90 or 110.
Yeah.
It's got a round nose on it.
It's got what?
Right. See you later, Daniel.
Is Daniel off, is he?
Yeah, he's gone.
Right.
Right.
All Okay, cool. Dirt Rider says, do you know if the mower hit anything? There is a possibility it did hit something because...
Yeah. You checked the key, didn't you?
No, it wasn't that. It had to have a new blade put on it because the blade was knackered. So I think it may have struck something, but the timing wouldn't give you that sort of diagnosis.
Nope, it'll pop right through your hand.
Yeah, well, it'll either do that or it would just run. It would pop. It would backfire. It would do all that sort of stuff. It wouldn't necessarily knock the revs up. I've not seen one that's ever hit something that's affected the revs like that. Normally just pops out your hand and breaks 3 of your fingers. Roy, it's time to put your hands in your pocket.
Who said that?
Edward Thomas.
Is that right? Why is that, Edward? Is there something going on?
Yeah, you're paying for a wedding.
No,
yeah, you're paying for a wedding.
Yeah, you are.
No, that's sorry.
That's the family tradition.
No. That's the bride or the father. I mean, the father.
No.
Yeah, that's supposed to be on the bride side, not on the groom side.
That's it. You got it right, mate.
You got to pay for the stag, though.
Doug Sweener, stop causing problems.
You got no chance.
Oh man, I went to the basement. Man.
Yeah. Anyway, listen. I hope you sort this out. I've got to shoot.
All right, mate. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming. Anyway, nice to see you.
Yeah. I came on.
See you, Roy.
I heard you was in trouble. You wanted my help, but I couldn't help you.
It's still been nice to see you, mate. That's what it's all about.
Well, that's what happens to an old age pensioner. They forget stuff.
Oh, Haggis, you're gone. Right.
Haggis! You got it, Haggis!
See, Haggis, you've got to remember, Mick is my son.
I know.
Haggis, have you ever heard the expression "the finger of God"? Bonk.
He's gone. Right, everyone.
Man.
I've got to go, so take care, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm
all
only
right,
joking, Roy, anyway.
All right, then. Cheerio.
Cheers, bye.
So,
See ya. Cheerios.
Edward Thomas says, has anyone seen the new Defender? Yes, I have seen the new Defender. And do you know what? I actually really like it. I would like to see a pickup version, though. The new Defender does look very nice indeed. Killer B says, I have a Land Rover Freelander TD400 with a Range Rover P38. Yeah, that's good. Dirt Rider, no, knock the weight off the governor. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And we had someone else earlier on saying about knocking the weight off the governor as well. But the weights are fine. Nothing in the bottom of the pan that would even, if the weights had come off, was that what you're saying, Doug? The weights had come off.
Mm-hmm. The weights will go right to the bottom of the pan.
Yeah, nothing in there. It's all fine. And I've not seen that before. I might be wrong. I've not experienced that where the weights have been knocked off. But I say I don't pretend to be an expert. It's a question of getting heads together. Cheers, Roy. Ha ha, Matt. Roy's the boy sending you stuff in the mail this week. I'll let him know in case he missed it. Diesel Man. I have a Challenge Extreme Strimmer. There's your first mistake, Steve. You should never buy one of those. I got a new carb and it fires up on choke, but as soon as you put it on to run, it revs and dies. Ideas, please. It's brand new carb and it is bigger than the old. Any ideas? So first of all, I would say there's lots of things to check with a 2-stroke. Number one is a fuel cap. Lots of people will probably laugh, but the fuel cap needs to be sat right. Otherwise, a fuel tank will not pressurize. If it doesn't pressurize, you won't get the correct amount of fuel going through the carburetor. Number two, fuel lines. Make sure they're ran the right way because it's very common to put them on and ran the wrong way. So take one off and prime it and make sure you're getting the right circuit. Number three, check the bung on the back of the tank where the fuel lines go in. If it's got one, make sure that's airtight. And then number three, or 4, wind both of the jets in so they're well seated on the tuning, and then unwind them 1 1/4 turns each. The machine should then run on that. Then set your strimmer to run flat out and adjust your high end just till it peaks out, and then back it off a smidge, and then let it tick over, and then pick up your slow revs. 2 strokes are fiddly, but I would say pressurizing the fuel cap first would be a good starter. Breather okay, fuel cap fine, brand new fuel lines and the right way. That's all fine. So I would say it needs a tune. Try seating all those jets right in first, just so they're sat very, very well, not tight, well seated, and then back them out 1 1/4 turns each, and then fine tune from there. It could just be, if it's a brand new carburetor.
Don't manhandle them in.
No, just fine seat them.
Screw them in until they seat in, and then just back them off. Just don't try to manhandle them in.
Yeah, Dirt Rider also says always say 2 strokes of the right fuel mix. It hasn't got a high, it's got an idle and a screw with a spring. It hasn't got a high, it's got an idle and a screw with a spring. So it must have a high. It must have a high adjustment, because otherwise it would bog. If not, you've got the wrong carburetor for it. Is what I would say, because you must be able to adjust. It's all right adjusting the tick over, but you can't. As soon as you hit the gas, it's bogging and cutting out. So it's either not getting enough fuel or it's getting too much, and you need to set the idle up. Steve, send me a photograph of that carburetor to my email address, and I'll have a look at it for you. Just to see, because some of the jets actually, for those, are actually quite well hidden. They may be sat behind a sealant. We've got to pop it out, because lots of countries, especially Japan and America and Canada in particular, they now have all their jets all sealed in for environment issues, don't they, Doug, for 2 strokes?
Yep. And you got to have a special tool for them too.
Yeah, in your country you do. Over here it's not necessity. The screw with the spring is the high. I need to look at it first. Obviously I don't know what sort of carb we're looking at. It's got an idle screw and a screw with a spring, and it does bog really bad. Yeah, it'll be there. Just send me a good couple of photographs of it all, and I'll have a think about it. Mick, did you know that Costa are doing free coffee? What? Where? Send me a link. Costa, that's a coffee manufacturer over here. Apparently they're doing free coffee. That'll be me. Send me a link to that.
I'm drinking Maxwell House.
Maxwell House, yeah. There's a link in the chat, guys, if anyone wants to come up and join up for a little while.
You missed a comment, Mitch Wells. Whereabouts safe you are, mate, Mick, in the UK?
Mick Wells, did you say?
Mitch Wells.
Mitchell Wells. What about whereabouts safe are you, Mick, in the UK? As I've got a Echo Strimmer and I like your Enterprise. Look it over. I'm right down on the south coast. Bognor Regis is where I'm at. That's me. Happy to look at anything.
Echo's a good stringer.
Not a bad make. Not a bad make at all. Yeah, I'm right down on the south coast. It's Costa X.
You're next to Brighton, ain't you?
I'm not far from Brighton. Not far. I'm probably about 35 minutes from Brighton.
You ever been down there to Brighton during that motorcycle rally that they have down there? Don't they have like Daytona has bike week in Brighton?
They do lots of bike stuff in Brighton, because Brighton is very famous for the mods and the rockers, which are the heavy motorbikes versus the scooters. So Brighton is very famous for that. If you ever watch a film called Quadrophenia, That's got Brighton on it.
He's in Essex.
Essex ain't too shabby. If not, there's a very good bloke in Essex. If you look up a bloke called Colin Ketley, he's a YouTuber. He does 4 strokes, 2 strokes as well. So if you're too far away from me, Colin Ketley would look at it definitely, and I would highly recommend him.
Colin,
But,
yeah.
If you're happy to bring it down, I'm happy to look at it. But email me first. Let me know what's up with it first before you make the journey. I've just got one stream going.
Ain't calling into mud mowers and stuff like that too.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah. He's got mud mowers and ride-ons yet.
Yeah.
Mick,
I haven't seen anything out of him in a while.
Yeah, there's been 1 or 2, Doug. Not very many. There's 1 or 2 just come out recently. It's a screw with a spring that needs adjustment. Yeah, quite possibly, but I don't actually know until I look at it. It could be right. It's hard to tell because so many carbs are coming out of China at the moment, and the setups are so different. But I hear you got to take your own mug. That's not a problem. I've got my own mug. I've got my own mixed mowers mug. It's not too far from Essex. Essex is only about what, hour and 10 each way, hour and 20 each way on a good run. But I'm saying I'm happy to look at it, or if not, email me. We could do a FaceTime fix or something. I could try and help you. I fixed a snowblower last week, Doug.
Really?
I fixed a snowblower last week for a bloke called Worsley's Lawn Services in America.
Was it a 2-stroke?
No, 4-stroke cylinder, a 4-stroke snowblower.
Tecumseh? Was it Tecumseh on it?
No, it wasn't. I don't know. It had a bowl style carburetor, so it could have been Tecumseh. Anyway,
he had an old one.
He had it sat in his shed for 2.5 years. He was going to scrap it out. I told him not to bother. And
no,
all it was just the O-ring on the bowler gone. That's all it was. So he replaced it, and he emailed me. I rang me back up. So yes, done, fixed. We are the mods. We are the mods. Exactly that. That's Quadrophenia. Matt, All Express in preparations are doing it for today only. Is that today and tonight or whatever? I'll definitely find out. If you go to my my YouTube channel under the About section, you'll find my email address in there. It should be in there. I'll double check before I start diverting people there. Bear with me. About. Is it in there? It should be in there. Oh, it's not in there. That's weird. I thought I put it in there. I'll have to add it in. So my email, I'll put my email in here.
Excuse me. Hey.
For some reason, my chat is not working on StreamYards. I don't think. Let me.
It's working on mine.
Has email come up?
Not yet. Yeah, it's just come up.
Yeah, it's not come up on my StreamYards.
It's just come up.
It says check it. It just says check your email connection on StreamYards, but internet's working. I wouldn't be doing it live. Mitch was, I cleaned the carb on the strimmer and replaced the primer bowl as it was split. And fiddled with the idle screw as it was bogging under load and now very temperamental. Okay, so what it could be, despite the fact you've actually done the primer bulb, take the fuel pump section of the carburetor apart and double check that the mesh, I call it a Welch plug, but it's not a Welch plug, it's a filter. Make sure that the filter is free of debris. You can take that out and spray that up inside. Sometimes they get bunged up inside there, and it that will be a bogging thing. You won't allow the fuel through. So definitely check out some of my videos on strimmers. They'll have an answer in there for you where you take the Welch plug out or the filter out, and it's just full of crud. So that would definitely be a bogging thing. Or if it has got a spark plug arrestor on the back of the exhaust, some do, some don't. Have that out and burn the carbon off the grill. That sometimes helps as well. Answer the phone. Could be Jeremy Clarkson. Who wants to be a millionaire? You can see my email. Is my email in the about section, or is it just in the chat you saw, Edward Thomas? So what are you doing in boats? What are you up to?
Well, I just picked up a Suzuki 6-horse outboard motor.
Cool.
I haven't found the right fuel line for it yet, though.
Okay.
But it has really good compression. I pulled the spark plugs. It's sparking. It looks like they fogged the cylinders, whoever had it last. Before they put it, it's super clean inside. So I'm excited to get that thing once I get the proper stand and the fuel line and tank and get that thing running and maybe make a few bucks off of it.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, you're coming to fall season soon, aren't you? You're coming into your fall season, your autumn season.
My what?
Fall, autumn, winter.
Oh, fall. Yeah. Yeah, it's 89 degrees though today.
Really?
Yeah, and muggy. But it's
Crazy.
going to be 50s tomorrow, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, we're coming down to fall and winter.
Yeah, we're at the moment we're seriously wet. It's raining a lot over here and high winds.
Yeah, sorry for sending the rain down your way, Mick.
That's all right. I don't mind. I don't matter. Link in the chat there, guys. If anyone wants it, feel free.
See, boats, I'm in Scotland, eh?
Eh?
I've just seen the boats. I'm in Scotland.
Yeah, you're up north, aren't you?
Oh, Scotland, huh?
Yeah. So we sent the wet weather to Mick.
I don't mind the wet weather, mate.
How far are you two apart?
About 8 hours by road, about 650 miles, I suppose, or 700 miles.
Okay.
Whereabouts are you in Perth, aren't you? In Haggis, somewhere in Perth that way?
Perthshire, Errol.
Yeah. I was up that way actually. I just passed him. I was up in Falkirk just the other day.
Yeah. That's near Glasgow.
Steve, are you saying you sent me a carb? What have you just sent photographs of it? Have you, or what's going? I get so confused with who's what. Where are we here? Emails. I have to double check in a minute. I get so many emails come through YouTube. It's ridiculous. I love autumn. Workshop goes very quiet, which is handy. Shooting season. Yeah, it is shooting season. Yeah, I won't be long before I'm at it. Doug, you're on mute, mate. You'll have to take you off of mute. I can't hear you. That's it. What you got now? No, you're on mute again.
His breakfast.
What you got, Doug?
We got Doug. Hang on, Doug. Let me get you up here, Doug. 2 seconds, mate. Bear with me. Let's get you up here.
Can't hear.
Wow.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Doug. Yeah,
yeah, we can hear
you. Yep.
I don't know why they can't hear me.
I can hear you, Doug. Definitely can hear you.
My echo.
Let me put him in the basement, get rid of him, and bring him back up. Any better, Doug? Having trouble connecting. This is often due to unstable internet or your. It's just my Wi-Fi is playing up. My Wi-Fi's fine. Paul's trying to come up, but Mike's trying to come up. I can't see him though. He'll come up in a minute. Oh, what's going on here?
Oh, what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. We've lost Doug.
Mail.
It says my internet is playing up here. I don't know what's going on here. It's not. My internet is fine. Can you hear me, Boats?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you get a load of junk mail over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I politely tell the people to shove it up their ass.
Sent you the card. What I've got, buddy, to your email. Righto, no worries, mate. It's fine. No rush, Mick. Fishing tomorrow with my dad Thursday. I'll be trying to sort it. Yeah, cool. There's a lot of feedback apparently. I'm not getting no feedback.
No, there's no feedback on mine. It was the previous person to come up.
Doug's trying to join, but he's having problems getting up here.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're frozen.
Who, me?
No, Doug is.
I can't even see Doug at the minute.
He's there now.
No, not on mine. He's not.
Well, it's on my screen.
Keeps saying my Wi-Fi is bad, but it's not.
I still can't hear nothing.
Oh, it might be your phone. Okay, Paul. No worries. It's fine, mate. I don't know. I can hear you. I can hear you both. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
And is everyone in the chat? Can they all hear me and hear all the other people? It keeps coming up with my internet. My internet is bad, but it's not. But Doug is certainly trying to come up, but he can't come up.
Yeah, I couldn't hear Roy for a long time.
Yeah, everyone can hear him. It's fine. Everything's working. I don't know what's going on with Doug.
Sometimes StreamYard gets busy at this time of night, Mick, though. I have problems with it as well sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird. It keeps coming up that my internet is bad, but I've got really good internet here. And my router's right behind me, so it can't be that. I don't know. Yeah,
my router's like a couple of yards from my laptop as well.
Ontario, Canada. It's only 3:30 here. Wow. I was only in Bognor yesterday and was Hoffman Park. Hoffman Park is literally 2 minutes from me. That's crazy. Hoffman Park is literally just down the road. I could probably walk to Hoffman Park in 10 minutes.
So you working tonight, Mick?
Yes, mate. Yeah, I'm down at a place called Shoreham-on-Sea tonight, which is about 35 minutes from me.
Do you ever get subbed up to Scotland or not?
No. But they'd only ever pull my, I say, expertise up if I was really needed. Say if you had a big derailment, they might call me up there to Tampa site or whatever. But it's very rare I'll be called. I'll be called about. Sometimes I get pulled into London or out to Wessex or something like that. But I normally work on my own section. All the southeast region I cover. But I shouldn't be out too long. Hopefully tonight. Well, I don't want to be. I want to be in that shed tomorrow and get on that bloody lawnmower and get that blinking fixed.
How far are you in the new shed?
It's up. I'm just waiting for Friday to get the 18mm plyboard sheets in. So I'm going to redo the floor. I should have upgraded the floor when I bought it, but they wanted like £250 for 8 sheets of plyboard. I can buy that for about £100.
Is it spongy?
No, well, 18mm won't be. At the moment, it is. Yeah, it's only 9mm plyboard at the minute.
Oh.
Do you think you could get an offcut of armoured cable from work?
No, I doubt it. I'll end up buying some. I wonder what happened if I refresh my page. If I refresh my page, will it kick me out?
It's working now. I can hear you.
Dog now.
Yeah, I can't see him. I'm trying to refresh the page and see what happens. It may decide to close the stream down. It keeps saying my internet is bad. Let me refresh it. If it kicks out, I'll be back in 2 minutes. See what happens.
Okay.
Just refreshing the page. I've got nothing else open. Get rid of that Apple business.
This is the restaurant that we
Sometimes
have here in town.
An update. But Doug's trying
It's
to join.
called
I can't get Doug in.
There he goes. He left.
Yeah, but if you're back, because it was like my laptop doing an update the other day, I'll keep the stream going.
But this is a boat. This is a restaurant that we got down here in Alabama. It's called Jack's. Best home cooking meals you could ever get. Okay, for a fast food restaurant. All right.
Boom. Any better?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, yeah.
How about some chicken fingers and French fries?
Oh.
Doug, show me again. Show me again. Oh.
And we got some honey mustard to go along with it.
Oh, no hot sauce?
No, man, I can't eat that hot sauce. It killed me.
I made some chili the other day with chorizo sausage. Oh, man. Kicking hot.
Links in the chat, people, if anyone wants to pop on up.
Yeah, I was going to say shining stars in the house.
Dirt Rider, if you want to come up, I'll try it again. I have just refreshed my page, and I got a feeling it was something wrong with my page. Is just broke down for some reason. So try it again, Dirt Rider.
Was he froze up?
No, he tried to come on, but he couldn't join, and Doug couldn't join earlier. And I just refreshed my page, and now it's working fine. I don't know what's going on.
Hiya, Shining Star Soup. How are you doing?
One bite.
Want a bite? Yeah. Give me a bite. Give me a bite. It's cool.
Hey Doug, I got some hot sauce. It'd be good on that.
Mm-hmm.
I had fish and chips. That's what I had. It was cool.
You done it because I wanted clams. I wanted steamed clams. I mean fried clams.
Yeah.
Mate, can we get Shining Star up? She's cool.
The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. If anyone wants to pop up, feel more than free to pop up.
Shining Star, hit that link. And come on up.
So tonight we're gonna have fish fries tonight with tater tots. It's like we're gonna have tater tots tonight.
Tater tots? What tater tots? What's that all about?
Little round tater tots.
Like a shredded potato that's crispy on the outside.
Like a hash brown?
Like a hash brown, but they're round. Round ball.
They're small. They're small.
Oh, so they're crisp on the outside and like mashed potato on the inside?
Like a shredded, kind of more shredded potato.
I think we call them croquettes, I think. Which is what you should be calling them. But let's not get involved in that again.
Oh no. I get put away. I don't no.
What you want, Doug, is you want some soup. And the best soup about, as that lady just said.
I see what you did there. Thank you.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Doug. Hi, Boats. Hi, Haggis. I was going to say, honey mustard, you are like my favorite person ever. I love honey mustard.
Oh, yeah.
But we have a Jack's drive-in. But it's nothing. It's not good. They use like frozen hamburgers from Safeway.
Where
is it like a Jack in the Box?
No, no, it's an ice cream place. And Haggis has pepperoni.
Yeah, it's an MRE.
Oh, it's a army rations pack.
Yes.
Yeah, from America.
You're bringing back bad memories, Agus.
Oh yeah, you were in the forces, weren't you, boats? Yeah, you were there.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Dirt.
Dirt, you're gonna come back up now, mate. I think the link is now working now, Dirt. So give
I'm
it a go.
yet to do a live video on that.
Hey, Sue.
Oh, and pepperoni.
I got a
Uh-huh.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I went to Canada. I used to drive a truck for a living. I went to Ontario, Canada. I stopped at a KFC.
Yeah.
I wanted a glass of sweet tea. Okay. This is a glass of sweet tea. You know what they handed me?
Yeah, they gave you pop, right? Carbonated
No.
iced tea. No?
They gave me a cup of hot water, a tea bag, sugar, and a cup of ice.
Yes, right.
We don't have sweet tea in Canada. So, like, when I went, it was the same when I went to the States a couple years ago. I had no idea about iced tea. I thought it was a carbonated drink. And hi, I'm on the big screen now. But no, and then they handed me, like, to me, that was weird, having the sweet tea, like the iced tea in the sweet tea. To me, that was weird because we have carbonated drinks here. It's like our KFC, you know, we don't have biscuits. We don't have like KFC. Yeah, no, not at the KFC. We don't have like buffets. I heard you guys have in the States. KFC does a buffet. Is that right?
Got one right here in town.
Yeah,
got one right in here.
Yeah, you guys are lucky. No, we don't get anything like that. We just got a Popeyes in Edmonton maybe like 6 months ago, and it was my first time having Popeyes. And I was like, yes, I like to bear than KFC. So yeah, but no, it's kind of messed up. We don't have sweet tea here like you guys do in America.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what do they
don't know what you're missing.
What do they give you?
Huh?
Doug, what do they give you? They give you a thing with what in it? Ice cubes or something?
In Canada, they gave me a glass of hot water, a tea bag, sugar in a packet, and a cup of ice.
Make your own.
Made my own.
Yep.
They give you, Doug, they give you a cup of tea. That's what it is.
It sounds like they obliged you.
They obliged me, all right. I told them where to take that stuff and where not to show it again.
Doug Sweeney, you can't go slagging off your Canada's like that. You timed out 2 seconds.
Ah, jeez. We call it fuel. Driving gas in my tank and I can't get it to stay down.
Canada are you, Sue?
Alberta, Edmonton.
Okay.
Central Alberta. That's where I am.
Now, what you do is you take 10 tea bags, you put it in a small boiler.
Since the 80s.
You've been to Canada boats?
Yeah, not since the 80s, though.
Oh, I could tell you some stories about the time that I've met people online going to the States. I've had some interesting experiences. I've been stranded in Chicago at the bus depot for about 12 hours. I went and visited Texas, and I ended up spending the night in a motel where this guy started pounding on my door trying to get in.
I wonder where we're going with that for a minute.
No. I mean, I did let him in, but I just had some crazy times when I went to the States. I got stranded in Kansas. I had no money because I missed my bus, and the Greyhound actually put me up with a room for the night and managed to get me home the next day. So yeah, it's been rather wild. Back in my younger days when I used to go meet people online. Yeah.
I've been to Toronto.
Wrong.
Of course, Windsor.
Mississippi, Mississauga.
No. Sault Ste. Marie.
Niagara Falls?
No, Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh.
Matt Stubbington says there's only one beverage it should be in a workshop, and that's coffee and more coffee. And I 110.
I agree with him. I agree with him.
Good.
I agree with him.
and it should only be served out of one particular drinking vessel as well. That should be a mixed Mower's mug.
Mixed Mo.
Mixed Mowers.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yes. You have mugs?
Oh yeah, I've got all my merchandise. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to check out your merchandise because you got like stickers.
I really haven't.
What? Why did you throw that out there? You got me excited. I was gonna go check out your merch and buy a mug.
I made a few mugs up a while ago, and Mr. Sweener, he got one, and one or two other people. I gave some away as I think it was a 500 sub giveaway, Doug, or something. I did it.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've got somebody else is trying to come in here. Who's that down here? Oh,
you know what else?
Well, cough.
Now we're in trouble.
You know what else I hate, Soap?
What?
When I came into Canada, it did not cost me to come into Canada. When I wanted to come back into my United States of America, it cost me, I'm thinking $10.
No.
They charge you $10 to cross the border? Duties?
Yeah, to come in my own country.
Oh man, I didn't know they did that. I was just happy to find Coca-Cola Mentos when I was at the border. Dirt's not talking.
I think his internet is particularly bad.
He's too far away from his router.
Who's got this scratchy going on?
That'll be Mike. Yeah.
It is dodging meeting people offline, Edward. Like I said, I could definitely share some stories.
Mike's making all the noise.
It's a bad experience, ain't it? So.
Yeah, some bad ones. But you know, I had my grandmother bailing me out a couple times, and I don't go anymore, obviously. I'm not the naive little Canadian.
Yeah.
I dated a Canadian for a short time.
You did what?
I dated a Canadian.
Oh.
Except for some foreign species.
She was a nurse. I don't know. She had a little, some different ways, so I don't know. She was almost like foreign. But
I go back to the bit where she was a nurse. I was happy with that bit.
Well, Mick is married to a nurse.
Yeah. Mrs. P's got a nurse's outfit and everything. It's great.
I bet it is.
Oh, I'm forever hurting myself. Forever.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't right, boy. You just ain't right.
No, that's very right. Yeah. No, I think that, yeah.
So what you been up to then, Soup? You been up to much?
No, not really. Just went and bought some cat food. My life's pretty boring.
Okay.
I went and bought some cat food because it's 15% off day, and I'm like, woo, I get to save some money. Other than that, I'm just looking for in between jobs right now. I got my one part-time, and I'm looking for another one or a full-time. So.
All right, how did the interview go yesterday?
It went well, the phone interview. I do have a follow-up Skype interview tomorrow with the guy. And that's the job that I actually want because it's like a Monday to Friday at a car rental, kind of like budget, except it's called discount. So I'm hoping that I make a good enough impression that I get that because a Monday to Friday job would be perfect.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
To be fair, I would prefer a Monday to Thursday job.
Well, I can understand that.
Or a Monday to Tuesday. That'd be better.
And still get paid as if you're working a full week, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, of course. That makes sense.
I always like the 4 10-hour days.
Yeah. Or I used to work registries and we did 4 10 hours days. but I don't miss the registries at all.
You know the reason why we can't hear Dirt is because he's got a fan running in the background and it's cutting on and off his mic.
It's not working. I'm out.
Get you a hand. You got a pair of earbuds?
He's got even less than that. Oh, Doug, what's you? You can go for a walk.
Yeah.
I've just noticed this new button is absolutely great. As soon as someone gets a bit gobby, it's bomb, and they go. Great.
It's chat roulette.
I know.
He's been mean to us.
Move around. Wish.
Oh, see there?
Well, hello, Haggis. How are you doing?
It's fine.
Oh, well, where did?
He even knocks himself out. Aha.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dug out again.
So Mick, I'm being trolled, kind of being trolled, right?
Okay.
So I did a little thing on my channel regarding a scam subscription box, right? And so I put it up on Instagram. And then I had one lady harass me on my Instagram, so I deleted her. And then she went and came on my YouTube and like harassed me on my YouTube. And I'm just like, well, hey, troll, delete. I didn't even bother reading the comments. I just got rid of it. Yeah. But I mean, that was my drama this morning.
I mean, I've been looking around on. I'm interested in a plethora of stuff, on YouTube, whether it be small engines or people making cakes or whatever. I'm interested in a lot of stuff because the community is fantastic. But I've noticed over the past week, drama.
And everything, yeah.
Everyone is falling out of everyone, and everyone is bitching us, and everyone's doing this, and I don't get any of that. But
it must be in the moon.
I think
is it a full moon?
There's two reasons behind it. The first reason is people like drama because it builds the channels. That's number one. Mm-hmm. And the second thing is people attract drama. So I'm more interested in what we're doing now. Having a chat with people. I make my videos. Hope if my channel grows, it grows. If I lose 100 subscribers, it's what it is. I don't really mind. I enjoy what I do. But some of the live streams I've been on over the past 3 or 4 days is my lord. It's just getting out of control, and the trolls that the people are feeding into it. And I've been trolled once or twice. Nothing hideous. I just block and move on. I don't even comment. The mods that I have in my chat are very good. They just time them out, let me know the names, and we just get shot of them. And they come back the following week, and we get shot of them again. And just it's just not worth doing. Worsley, how you doing, buddy boy? Just had a little chat, mate. You missed the chat about the carburetor, unfortunately, but you're welcome to come on up. If you want to come on up, if you're free, and let them know if you're working or what you're doing. Link is in the description. Help yourself. Feel free.
Matt's gonna get his wife to make you some chocolate cake.
Making cakes. My wife makes chocolate. Yeah. Okay, Matt. So you got my address, Matt. Feel free to send that on down.
I hope it don't cost you almost $100 to try to send it to them.
I tell you,
Good
Doug,
God.
Doug,
I went to send them a package. Say what?
Go on.
I went to the U.S. Postal Service. I about pooped a brick right there when they told me it was going to cost me almost $100 to send to them. I said, "Oh my Lord!"
Wow. Yeah, Canada is bad too.
I come back.
Say, well, thanks to Donald Trump.
It's like that. Doug was going, how much?
I was, didn't I, Mick? I called you right when I got back.
It's cheaper to drive it to him. Jesus. But no, with Canada Post too. Now they used to. They now have it where you have to do the custom declaration form online and then email it. Mm-hmm. So you have to declare it first before you can send anything off to the States. And like it cost me like $20 to send like a small little box, right? And our Canadian dollar is shit. So I mean, like $20 Americans, like 45 Canadian. It's getting so bad. It's crazy what shipping is.
Oh,
but
yeah.
where do you guys live? Is everybody in the States?
I live in Talladega, Alabama.
Yeah. And
Scotland.
Doug's in Alabama.
Oh, Scotland. Yeah. Yeah, that's why it would be.
And I'm the other end to Haggis. I'm down the bottom. I'm on the south coast.
Yeah, I can't even.
We're spread right out. Edward Thomas says, just ignore the trolls. They just want you to challenge them. Exactly that. If you feed a troll, that's what happens. You know, you just get on with your channel and just move on.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even respond to mine. I was just like, ignore.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, I went on one channel.
Hi, Southern Belle.
I'm a mod for a quite a successful channel in the UK. And he just started doing live streams, and he wasn't sure how to do them, so I told him, and he went on up, and I said, you need a couple of mods, and I think I was the only mod in that day, and he must have had about 15 to 17 trolls come in a 2-hour live stream.
Good Lord.
my delete button was broken by the end of the live stream. I'm telling you, I was busy.
We're talking about Martin Butler, aren't we?
Yeah, busy. I was busy.
Yeah, I was busy that day as well.
Yeah, it's just, but a troll is just like me and you. It's what they enjoy doing. Every night they log on and they just go on the hunt. That's what they're doing. You know, it's just a shame they don't have.
And then sometimes you have.
Go on, Doug.
Sometimes you'll have a troll be just sitting there.
Yeah, just watching.
Just watching.
And all we're doing is
they're writing down.
Yeah, thumbs down, or they're just writing names down to go on the next live stream, and yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, some people do just leave a thumbs down just for the sake of it, but I don't mind. A thumbs down is good because if they're watching, I get the watch time anyway. I'm not really worried. You know, so I just let them get on with it. It don't bother me.
How is Belle today? How is Susan?
I said, yeah. Charles says you don't get many trolls on your streams because I think I don't get many trolls on my streams because I'm no nonsense. I'm just clear cut. It is what it is, you know. And as I say, I have good mods too. And when one comes in, they're dealt with, and it's no big fuss. I'm not worried. I'm not worried if someone comes in on my chat and they're a regular subscriber to my channel, and they're out of line, they get blocked by one of my mods. End of. Lots of people say don't block any people, but if you're not going to behave yourself, then you're gone. You know, it's as simple as that. Whether you've been a subscriber for a year or 10 years, you need to conduct yourself accordingly. Because there's nothing on my channel that will give anyone any reason to be like that. Edward Thomas is from South Wales.
And be responsible.
Exactly that. It's exactly that. But some channels they do ask for it. You know, some really do, and maybe that's just the way they want to run their channel. But if you encourage that sort of thing, then that's just what's going to happen. You know?
Hi to the UK.
Hi.
Wait, was that you?
Was what, me?
Edward.
What?
On the chat. Edward Thomas.
Edward Thomas.
South Wales.
Edward Thomas is from the UK.
Yes.
Well, he's not ready because they're independent from us now.
Well, they're only across the bridge. It's the same thing.
They're a land of.
It's the same thing. It's only the Americans and Canadians that ruin the English language. That's all it is.
Oh, I butcher the English language. Like,
oh, thanks.
I really do.
We've already had this chat once today already about how Doug and Boats ruin the English language.
Aye.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we got put out on timeout.
See, there you go. What did you just say? You don't know what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There you go. You can go. See what I mean? That's what
I walked into that one. That's fine.
You're gonna make her
Children could
cry,
be watching.
there,
I
Mick.
can't really control that.
it's all good. It's all good.
The
And
kid talk Scottish as well. So
say again.
that was Scottish the way she talked.
Yeah, a boot is Scottish too as well. Yeah, but Scottish have their own dialect. Sometimes I even struggle with that. That's not even English. Sometimes. So you can get away with it actually. Haggis. Dirt says you have got a lot of wrenches. Yeah, I've got a lot of good wrenches too. And most of my mods, I don't hand out my mods willy nilly. My mods are regular subscribers who come onto my channel and comment on my videos. I don't. Lots of channels just hand out mods because they think it's like some kind of gift aid ticket thing or something. You know, it's not. It's not the case. My mods are there because they support my channel. Do you hand out mods on your channel, Soup?
No,
You have no mods.
I got no mods.
Really?
But I don't do lives, right? I just
you need
do.
to have some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely. Yeah.
So they can control all your comments even when you're not on lives.
So the idea is if you're doing a live stream,
Mm-hmm.
you can concentrate on your live stream, read the chat, and you might get 2 trolls come on in. They got the power to delete a comment, put someone in timeout. You can't remove another mod, unfortunately. But you can. But they just look after your chat for you because you only want one person come in and put someone's address up there or say something that's not not correct, and YouTube will throw your live stream out.
Oh, but I don't do live streams though. I just do regular videos.
Okay, cool. But then that's fine. But you may find that live streaming will definitely benefit your channel.
Yeah.
If ever you decide to do a live stream on your, that features something to do with your channel, say if you're making something up, you may decide to do it as a live stream. You get good hits, you get good watch hours as well. Because don't forget, if you're trying to grow your channel, you get good watch hours for your live streams.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
Exactly that. So you need to pick 5 people. I would say pick 5 people that are regularly commenting on your channel.
Yeah.
Not just the people who are floating about. I mean, people like Southern Bell, Matt Stubbington, Steve, Edward Thomas. Hiya. They're all regular people who comment on my channel videos. So I can trust them, and the ones that you can't.
Yeah. And
it just gives you the freedom to. Doug, that's not even a dog. That's a wolf. I'm telling you. You were sold. You were sold the wrong dog. That's a wolf.
That's a pretty wolf dog.
There's nothing. There's not. That's not a dog. I'm telling you. You went down the pub right on a Friday night and bought a dog, didn't you? You come back with a wolf. I'm telling you. So having mods gives you the security, and I know lots of people have now started to remove their mods and start afresh because they were handing out mods left, right, and center, and it causes problems. So yeah, it's just a good way, just so someone can watch your stream for you. And what I do is I will mod for Roy or I'll mod for Doug. If any of people, I will definitely go and mod for them. And I'm not interested in actually what's going on the screen. I'm interested in what's going on in the chat. That's my job is to look after the channel. Whilst the host is doing his bit.
Yeah, I'm a mod on a couple of channels too. So if I do start lives, I'll definitely take that advice. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like Matt Stubbington's just commented a little while ago saying sensible, polite, friendly on live. Because I know for a fact Matt Stubbington has a little tiny boy who has the same name as my young lad, and whenever I come on a live stream and Matt catches it, little Riley boy is never far away from his side because they watch my videos regularly. So if anyone was cursing or what have you, they'd be gone. Couldn't have it. It's as simple as that. So you need to look these people are the ones that are making your channel grow. So you need to invest in them. If you just have an all-out fight on the panel where everyone's getting drunk and getting smashed and all the rest of it, it's not going to work. You know. So Steve Barker says no hidden screws on that car.
Tool.
I've sent 4 photographs of a carburetor on the machine, if that's okay. And I talked to him on Thursday call, yeah. So I can't see how there's no adjustment on that carburetor, Doug. There must be adjustment on it.
I know what that tool's called. Is it a ratchet? No, it's not, is it?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ratchet. Yes,
No, ma'am.
Yes, a ratchet.
I don't know my tools. My husband sent me in to get some needle nose pliers, and I didn't know what I was looking for.
Did you look at the sewing kit?
What? No. No, I know. What is that called? What?
Mole grips.
No,
there's actually 2 names for them. There's actually 2 names for it. One name is channel lock.
No.
They're called channel locks, which they're not really a channel lock brand, or slip notch.
Really?
What do we call them, Mick? I forgot.
Reason being,
hello, Snobby. How you doing, buddy boy? Nice to see you.
Oh, a plumber wrench. A wrench.
We call wrenches.
It's a wrench. Thanks, Dirt. I'm not a tool girl, obviously. A monkey wrench.
Call them channel locks. The simple fact is.
Go on, Doug.
The reason why they call them channel locks because there is a name brand that is called channel locks, and they look like a channel lock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we call them monkey wrenches over here.
Monkey wrenches. You have snap tools or something.
When you're out in the woods, you can catch monkeys with them.
Did you say you can catch a monkey with it?
The trades, Mick?
Yeah. Say again, Boats.
We call the pliers that Doug was holding. We call those dogs in the trades.
Dogs, yeah. You can catch dogs as well. Dogs.
Yeah.
I wish I had more tools in here. We'll play name that tool.
No, don't do that.
All you're doing is pop.
I'll just be like, whatever that.
Super would be great. Super would be great in this game.
No, I would not. Isn't that a pen?
What do you call that in the States?
That's a pocket knife.
Run away from Haggis? He's armed?
We call that my persuader.
That's a mean looking knife there.
It's American made.
Oh, I know that. That's a Swiss Army knife.
It's a multi-tool.
Right? Oh.
It's got a bottle opener, screwdriver. It's got a flat point screwdriver. Little knife. A Phillips and a light.
And a light.
There we go. There we go. Oh, you got your Leatherman, huh?
Pliers.
Are those needle nose pliers? No.
Yeah.
Just a tinkering tool.
That's what I used to pull. That's why I used to pull my teeth out.
That's what we call. That's what we call a Leatherman.
Oh, sir, a dental tool.
I'm not even joking. I had toothache about 3 years ago, and it was so bad. I even put whiskey on it. I put aspirin on it. In the end, I went straight in the workshop, got a pair of long nose curved reach pliers.
Oh,
out you go.
No.
Had to come out. Had to come out. It was.
I believe it. I believe you do it. Yeah.
It was on a Sunday. The dentist was shut. The 24 hours was shut. It's obviously the hospital was shut. It's not had it come out. Oh, the relief was lovely. Whiskey straight on top of it. Swilled it. Done.
I had a tooth pulled and it shattered in my mouth because it was so rotten.
Yeah, I have to pull them out. I'll tell you something. I'd much rather have a broken arm than a toothache.
Whiskey. Oh, you got your Scotch whiskey. A little free advertising there for Mr. White and McKay.
Yeah.
Hello, whoever is behind you, Doug.
If anyone wants to come on
out, that's my cousin.
Links in the chat.
Hello, cousin.
Hey, Mick,
hello, Captain Morgan.
I'm gonna jump out and take my dog out for a walk.
Okay, and Boats, nice to see you, buddy boys. Good to see you.
Nice to meet you, Boats.
Have a great one, man.
Take care.
Cool.
And then there were 4.
Yeah, boats is cool. We come on up. The reason I had a live stream is because I've been working on a lawnmower that's been giving me some issues, and I've been chucking it around my shed for about the past 3 days trying to figure it out. And
yeah, I've got a zipper as well.
We decided to have a round robin day, bang some heads together, and try and come across some solutions. And we think we may have fixed it. So hopefully, anyway.
Hey, Dirt, send me a flow chart.
What do you
what the
call
tools
those?
are?
We call them nail clippers over here.
And what they're called. Dirt's teasing about
That's
sending
what
me
I call
tools.
nail clippers.
Well, I got nail clippers too. I mean, I'm talking about like the big heavy duty tools. I don't do any of the house repair. Scissors?
Soup. My wife, not a word of line, she's an ex-drag racer, ex-truck driver. She could put any part on any vehicle. Just give her a Chilton's mechanics book, and she can do it all by herself.
That is amazing. That's the lady you want to bring with you on a road trip.
You know why? You know why I had her do all that stuff and everything? That way there, if anything should ever happen to me, she can handle it herself.
Yep, or ring me and I'll tell her how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to change a tire.
Independence. Gives her independence.
Well, I'm going to have to get my husband to teach me how to change a tire. And do an oil
really
change.
You need to do that. You
Yeah.
really do. I'm a firm believer that a woman should know how to do things just like a man.
Well,
I'll definitely do it.
We're not all things, Doug. Obviously, there are some criteria.
Well, no. Well, you're going a little bit too far there, brother.
It's not quite 9 o'clock yet. Not watershed time. So
no, we're not on. We're not on After Dark. McMower's After Dark.
See, Sue, my wife got robbed at gunpoint back a few years ago at a convenience store.
Oh shit!
And she always worked convenience store, grocery stores, and stuff like that. And I was driving a truck for a living, and I told her, I said, "Look, sweetheart, you need to get yourself in a position just in case anything should ever happen to me. If we got a new house, new car, or something like that, you can afford it." You know what I mean? And so when she got robbed at gunpoint, she decided to go get her Class A CDLs. She drove truck over the road with me, drove truck independently for herself, and she's capable to make money to keep the things that we have that she enjoys.
That is so crazy, Doug, because my husband was just talking about that with me, about me getting my Class 3 at least. Because in Canada, like Class 1 is the tractor trailer. You can drive everything. Class 2 is like the buses for taxi, but Class 3 is like your air brakes, your dump truck, your yeah. So he was on me to do that. And now, like you say that, I'm thinking that it's time for me to step up and like take that, pull myself out of those office jobs and get into a job where I can be like behind the wheel and get the hell out of my way. Beep, beep. And then I'll know what a monkey wrench is.
So she went from a minimum wage job to a blue collar pay job. You know what I mean? So
how old was she?
Getting paid. This is back in the 2000s, early 2000s.
So like early 30s.
Yeah, she's 50 now. So, when you go from a $7 an hour job back then to a job that's making $12 to $14 an hour, you're almost doubling your pay. You know what I mean? And And plus, with that double of the pay and more pay, you get better benefits too. You know what I mean? On your hospitalization, your prescriptions, and stuff like that. You know, because on these just restaurant jobs, you know, and stuff like that, you don't get enough hours to pay for your hospitalization insurance, you know, and stuff like that.
Well, I just got cut from 40 hours to 16, which is why I'm in this situation where I'm like, I'm only working 2 days a week. And I ended up, I did get another job, which I left because, I mean, half of my shifts, they told me not to come in for. So it's like, well, what the hell do I do now? But yeah, like having you're talking about your wife, and that's definitely a good example. I've kind of been and hawing about it because driving kind of intimidates me. But I think if I were to actually, go to the school, get the training, and do it the right way, I could probably set my mind to it and do it.
You know, let me just throw this to you, okay? My wife here in the state of Alabama, she was driving a school bus, okay? She got paid year round, even though the kids weren't going to school. She got paid.
Wow.
Okay. Plus, she had the teachers' benefits too, and the teachers' union too. Okay. So anything that the teachers got, she got too. You know, and she was making right at $1,400 a month, and she got paid once a month. You know, so that's pretty decent money.
They have that in actually around where I live too. School bus, driving the school bus, where the companies will pay for you to get your class too. The only thing with that is that you only work 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening. You're getting like $25, but you're getting that paid training. So maybe that's something I can look into as well. Just driving the school bus, I worked for her.
My wife already had a Class A. The only thing she didn't have is the P endorsement, which is passengers. Okay. She went to school at the county for the school bus driving. She got her P endorsement, so now she could drive city bus too if she wants to. She could drive coach if she wants to, because she has that P endorsement on her license. P means passenger. You know?
Oh, okay.
So if you want to drive a passenger bus, say to go to a casino or something like that, okay, they pay you to drive that bus. They pay for your meals. They pay for your lodging. They pay for you to go gamble and everything while you're still there. And you get paid on the clock while you're there for 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever, how long you're going to be there. They'll pay for you all the way through.
Southern Bell's just asked a question.
Yeah.
What is your best job ever, guys?
Probably the one I've got right now.
Working for the railroad, I agree with you 100%, Mick.
Yeah.
Because I did the same thing you are doing right now when I worked for the railroad. That was a good job.
Yeah, without a doubt. Working on the railway line is fantastic money. The shifts are good, good flexibility, good life assurance, good pension, good bunch of people, and the freedom. I get, I work nights, so I generally go to bed about 6:30 in the morning. I'm up by about midday. I've got the whole afternoon to myself. All the kids are at school. I've got the house to myself. I can go and sit in my shop for 2 or 3 hours and tinker with engines and what I like to do. Yeah, without a doubt, best job ever is a railway.
Of course, with your railroad over there is different than our railroad over here. I was gone for 4 to 5 weeks, 6 weeks at a time, and home for a week and go back out.
That does still happen over here, Doug. But
okay.
Who I work for, I work for the principal contractor, so we are the owners of the railway.
Okay.
There's lots of companies who are subcontractors, and yeah, they could be based down here on the south coast and work up in Scotland, or they might have a 6 month secondment to go out to Australia or Canada or America, and they'll work away all over the world for 6 months to 2 years and then come back.
Yeah, we've got a company called Farms up in Scotland, which works up here as well.
You got a company called what?
Farms.
Farms?
No, Barms.
Barms, okay. BAMs. BAMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, BAM Nuttles. BAM Nuttles are a subcontractor to Network Rail.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was saying BOMB.
No, BAMs. No, BAM
okay.
Nuttles. BAM Nuttles. They're a construction and engineering firm that generally do a lot of groundworks, mainly.
Yeah, they did
the second job
station quite recently.
The second job for me, it would be driving over the road, driving East Coast, West Coast, North, South. I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, I think one of the other best jobs I ever had was in my youth. I used to work on a river down in a town close to me as a young, what they call a boat boy, and it was my job to hire out boats, motorboats to members of the public, and I'd hire the boats out. I do all sorts of engine mechanics on inboards, outboards, and still had the opportunity to turn spanners and sockets in the workshop every day of the week, replacing gearboxes and repairing boats and moorings. And really good job, fantastic job. But I've always been an outside kind of guy. I'm not one, as you can see, but you see by the size of me and by the tattoos. I've never been one to sit behind a desk and write reports and all that sort of stuff. I'm born to be outside, simple as.
What was your job before the railway, Mick?
Before the railway, I used to work on a farm. So I used to drive dumpers, forklifts, diggers, tractors, combines, everything. I used to get paid 35 hours a week and do about 74 a week. And it was hard work. And in the cold, it was cold. You know, to keep warm, you had to stand behind your forklift exhaust to keep warm.
Yeah.
You know,
when I first found your channel, I thought you were ex-army.
I've done a bit of forces, yeah. I've done a little bit of forces, not a great deal, but I've always been outside. Always been outside. But I just have a good common sense head for taking things apart and putting things back together. Well, apart from tonight, that's why this live stream's here. I took something apart and couldn't put it back together. But there you go. That's what it's about.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Roy and Mama and anybody else and Matt.
Charles Anderson says, my best job is the one I've got now too. What are you doing, Charles? What are you up to? What are you currently doing? See, Roy's boy is back. Oh, yeah. Hit the like button and girls and dolls.
Yeah, well, slap that.
You did.
Slap that like button with a wet fish.
Yeah.
As the host would say.
Why a wet fish? Don't you want to clean and dress it first?
It's one of my sayings. Whenever I enter a live stream, I always say, "Well, slap me sideways with a wet fish and call me Sally." And it's just
hey, Sally.
It's just sort of stuck. So, what was your best job in Soup?
The job I have now, before my hours got cut, actually. I did registries for 4 years, and I hated all the drama because I was always working with other girls and ladies
So you give up the drama for that, and you join the drama for YouTube. You're a glutton for punishment, ain't you?
Oh, maybe. What does that say about me? Oh, Jesus. Sorry, it slipped out. Yeah, I guess so. But I know I like my current job right now. Because I was, it's just me at the desk. I don't have to deal with any other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm thinking about taking up this school bus driver free class 2 training that I'm looking at right here. So yeah, I'm gonna take some advice.
That's also too, Soup. That says you ain't got to go to work for them neither. You can take that and run with it and do whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah. Exactly. Once you got your PSV license, we call it a PSV license, Doug. I don't know what you call it over there. But once you got your PSV, you can do anything you like with that ticket.
Yeah, it's class 2 out here is what it's called.
Yeah.
Class 2.
They used to call that in the States, your class 1, your class 2, class 3. They used to do that until the federal government jumped in and they want to regulate everything.
Can we all just say good night to little Riley boy? He is another Riley boy, one of my subscribers, Matt Stubbington. He has a little boy called Riley boy. So I'd like to say good night to Riley boy. That'd be cool.
Good night,
Good night,
Riley.
Riley.
Good night,
Good night,
Riley.
Riley.
Good night,
Yeah.
Have a
sweetie.
good one, little man.
That'll make his day. He's a keen, avid watcher of the channel. So Charles is saying he does gardening.
Anything for the kids. Anything for the kids.
Exactly that. So Charles is actually garden lawn care. I'm just a bit envious of some of these guys that do the lawn care. It's a great job, but it's just out of season stuff is where they struggle. I think just with trying to find something to stretch.
Do you watch? Well, yes, you do. You watch LT.
DLT.
DLT. Yep. He's up in Ohio. I had a brain fart for a minute there. I didn't know if you watch other people's lawn care videos or not. I had a brain fart.
It happens. I mean, I over in the States and especially in Canada, you guys get good winters, so you get your snow blowing money.
Oh yes.
But over here, that ain't gonna happen. So lots of our lawn care boys they revert to cleaning windows and doing anything they can just to try and turn the pound.
Well, I got a friend of mine who lives in Essex, Montana, and it's already snowing in Montana.
Could I just say, Edward Thomas? No, I'm not in Loch Ness. I'm in Perthshire.
No, he says. I hear haggis is the Loch Ness monster catcher.
No. No.
We haven't got snow yet out here, but it's been like a very crappy summer. My husband had this plan that he was going to work 60 hours over the summer. He works for like doing yards, window wells, landscaping, that kind of thing. That's the kind of contractor that he works for. And he switched companies. Like he was with one guy for about 6 years who was a complete douchebag. So he's got a new boss, and that was his plan, but because we've had rain out here, we haven't had barely any summer at all. He got laid off, but now he's working. He's still working, but he had to be laid off in the winter. So it didn't go quite as planned.
Yeah,
working overtime.
It does happen. I mean, that's why I took a look. Mick, check your email is set. That's why I used to do a lot of lawn care, a lot of tree work, and all that sort of good stuff. Because working on the railway, they give me all the tickets to be a climber, despite I don't look like a climber. I'm too heavily set, but I do tree felling, climbing, and fencing. So I turned all that around to earn me money, But then I found that there's more money to be made with the lawn care guys and girls repairing their machines, because half of them have got multiple machines, and they all sort of collapse during the mid-season, and they want their machines turned and burned. They want them flipped around in the shed, fixed, repaired, out. So this year, without a doubt, has been one of the best years for me, where I've been able to turn engines around for customers who need the engine back in an hour. Whereas most people down this way, you put an engine in, you're waiting 2.5 weeks for the man just to look at it. But I can turn it around inside an hour.
And so, I think a lot of the lawn care people don't even work on their stuff.
You wait 2.5 weeks for the man just to look at it. Yeah, I know.
Nobby, turn your YouTube down.
Nobby. And I think a lot of the lawn care people don't even work on their stuff.
So this year for me has been. I think Snobby's got your YouTube on, buddy. You're right, you're sorted now.
Thanks,
this year
Snobby.
for me has been one of the best years, without a doubt, for repeat custom service and repair work. And I've actually now reduced the amount of lawns that I've been cutting, and tree work, hedge work. I've reduced it all by over half. I just haven't needed to do it because I can earn more money inside the shack.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's great. That makes sense.
Well,
now you're the one. That's what people need.
But that's what it's about. I mean, when someone comes up with a machine that's got a simple failure, and I ask the question, can you not fix this yourself? Really? And the answer is simply they don't have the time to fix it. They're doing like 18, 20 lawns a day. They just want the machine to run. And like I can do a repair within 3 minutes, and the machine's back up and running, back on the van, and they give me the money, and away they go. That they're happy. And sometimes I feel guilty about how much to charge them because it's only taking 3 minutes to fix the thing. But without it being fixed, they can't earn their money.
Time is money, though, and you did save them a lot of time. So, I mean, if you look at it that way, yeah,
exactly.
And then they get the word out.
Mick,
so,
Mick, I was watching Saving Green, which is a good buddy of DLT.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Saving Green. Yeah,
Mom care. He got a machine now to sharpen his lawnmower blades.
He what?
He's got a machine now that it's already angled for the cut for the lawnmower blades.
Yep.
It's got a back plate onto it, and he could just slide it down through there and run it through.
Cool.
And it for the angle of the blade, you know what I mean? He was showing the other day on his videos
and
everything. But you still got to balance them.
Exactly that. So it's got to come off. But is that a fully portable machine? Is it, or what's that look like, Doug?
Yes. It's got a motor, and then he's got a grinding disc, and then he has the pitch for it for the angle of the blade.
Yeah.
And you can pick up the whole thing and move it anywhere, wherever you want to move it to.
We don't have blades. We have a little coil, like a little wire thing that's wrapped in a coil for our lawnmower.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about there, Mick? Like the little no? It's like a little coil, and you like, and then it whips around really quick. It's a little wire.
So, I mean, is that on a lawnmower, or is that on like a weed eater or a strimmer?
That might be the weed eater.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. The weed whacker. See, I don't do the lawns.
Yeah.
And when I did a lawn, I got too close to the siding on our trailer, and I just kind of made a mess of the of our siding. Like it went.
Yeah, you poked a lot of holes in it, didn't you?
I did. I just tore it right off. So now he mows the lawn. I don't.
See, we call that a strimmer, which is the correct terminology for that, whereas other people in other countries ruin the English language by calling it a weed whacker.
A weed whacker.
Right, I reckon shiny.
If you want to,
again.
Yeah.
Time out again for shiny suit.
If you want to kill the grass against your underpinning on your mobile home, take you some baking soda, vinegar, and soap.
To kill the grass.
Together, put it in a spray bottle, and it'll kill the grass right around your underpinning of your mobile home.
Or just 25.
So you ain't got a weed eat.
25 litres of diesel will do it.
There you go.
Southern Bell at 9:30 in UK.
Hi, Dusty. So, Snobby, how you doing, mate? You've been sitting there very, very patiently, my friend. I don't often get to see you. It's very rare we do, so I'll give you a center screen. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
I'd like to
take the opportunity to thank you for allowing me up on your panel.
That's no problem.
Hello to Doug, Agis, and Mrs. Soup there. Hello.
You're always welcome. You're always welcome.
You're looking, hello to everybody.
You're looking very winterized.
Shut your face.
There you are. You're looking very good. Yeah, you got a lot on there.
He's got that problem like I do, that white stuff that's on our chin.
You've got quite a bit on your old chin there going on. Is it cold where you are?
No, it's just that I'm nearly 50 and I feel I save quite a lot of money not buying razors.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Me too, bro. Me too, bro.
Yeah, Mick, I thought you got a snobby something in public about that vice.
No, we've already made a deal. He knows what's happening.
What, you're not on about this one, are you?
I'll be.
Gone. Not doing it, Dobby. Not playing the game. That's what happens. You wouldn't come on here causing problems. That's what happened. Oh, God. No.
I know what he's holding. He's holding what he got from Miss Canadian Scrapper.
He's not holding anything. I can't see a thing.
It's there. It's right there. Snobby, show him. That's the thing. Right?
It is actually, to be fair, Snob, it is actually let's see it, Snob. It is actually a cool bit of kit. I like it a lot.
That would go well in your new workshop.
There you go.
Oh man.
What is that anyway? I don't know what that is.
It's a pair of
toenail
clippers.
No, it's not. I put my foot in there.
It is a portable vice.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool ass. I looked at some online, Snob, and there are some real nice ones on there too online. All I want it for is I want something similar. When I'm repairing lawnmower cables, I connect them with a crimper, and sometimes it's too much hassle to take the cable off the mower, take it over to a vise to pinch them. Like if I get a portable vise, I can just pinch that up on site, so to speak. So
if you think that'll work,
it'll work. Yeah, I'll pick one up. One will turn up on my travels. I guarantee it. I'm always coming across all sorts of stuff. So
yeah, they're becoming harder to find.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a little collection, a small collection of them.
Yeah.
Hey, Killer B.
Yeah, I've got a little.
I was watching Jay Smart. He's in North Carolina, and they own a scrapyard. And they said that scrap is so low in the United States that they have to make to store automobiles and everything now.
Well,
because the scrap is not bringing anything.
It's the same over here. The company I work for, all of their scrap rail, they just put it in they got a yard which is the equivalent to like Gatwick runway, effectively. And they just store it up, and as soon as it sort of peaks out, they shoot it out, and until they do, it just keeps mounting up. It's the same everywhere, isn't it? I mean, it's the same you, Snob, isn't it? You know, if you're on a scrap trade, so to speak, if the price drops, you hang on to it for a bit longer, and if it don't, you'll knock it out.
Yeah, I mean, I only stick to copper and brass really, and I don't sort of go out looking for it. It comes to me really.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's all about making the pound. It's all about getting the most out of it, isn't it?
Well, yeah, of course.
So that's
on that note about scrap, Dusty's dad actually was involved. He used to work on Network Rail.
Okay.
And him and a couple of other guys actually got caught taking the railway to steel rails and scrapping it in, and got put in prison for it.
How long ago was that?
5 years ago.
Yeah, around about 5 years ago.
Oh wow, it wasn't long ago at all.
Got 2 years for that.
What region of a country was that in?
I'd imagine London, King's Cross, and areas like that. So you have to be careful whatever you do.
I know a colleague of mine that was done for similarly doing that about 4 years ago in the Three Bridges Red Hill area, which is just outside Croydon, and he too got 4 years.
Yeah. and you know what? It was set up.
Yes, and so was my friend, was also set up.
Yeah, set up.
Was it by any chance hidden cameras?
No.
No, by someone up above, higher than him.
Okay.
He was allowing it, and as soon as the shit hit the fan, he walked away from it.
It sounds so familiar to the situation that my friend got done.
So it just shows you can't trust anybody, really.
Oh no, you can. There are people you can trust, definitely, but I think when you're trying to earn a pound over somebody else and it's not 100% legal, then that's when you have to be really careful. It used to, I mean, in the day, it used to happen quite a bit where each depot would have a skip, and they would throw their copper ends in and their steel ends in, and at the end of the year they
Oh,
cash that in
yeah.
and there's your Christmas drink
Oh,
money.
really?
But hang on, Doug's got something.
Man.
I got 4 of them. Big.
Yeah. Hey, Mick.
What's that?
Steak?
T-bone.
A T-bone? Wow, you guys have cheap T-bones.
See?
That would be like $12 here in Canada.
Lord of the Manor. Yeah, Doug, you have steak. I had fish and chips.
Yeah. I
I'm making cheeseburgers.
There's a meat cutter up there. He talks about it all the time.
But
That is
yes,
good price for that.
we used to fill up the
I
skips.
asked him, I said, where's the
We used to fill up the skips, Snobby, and that'd be our Christmas drink, you know. But they got wise to it, and people got a bit greedy and started filling vans up, and next thing you know, everyone was on the take, and before you knew it, it was gone. You know?
Yeah, there was about £30,000 worth of scrap that had gone, and he ended up losing more than that in the long run with the pension and everything like that.
What are you doing, Haggis? Are you showing off your money?
That's all I've got. £2.
Oh.
Show them what I've got, Mick.
£2? I think that's like worth a quarter in Canadian dollars.
I'm just showing them the British pound coin or £2 coin.
I like that actually. It looks a lot more fancy than our coins out here.
You'll be sorted soon. You'll be sorted soon. I guess when you get your benefits sorted out. So yeah, that sounds very familiar. In fact, Network Rail were even employing ex-army snipers to camp out in fields and take camera shots of people taking the rail.
What is that? A dime?
It was crazy.
No, this is a quarter.
It was crazy.
25 cents.
But there's money to be earned. There's money to be earned in scrap. You know that, don't you? And when you're in a company like that,
no, not off.
You know, I've been on scrapping jobs where 3 or 4 Arctics turn up, and they're taking 30, 40 tons away at a go.
A lot of money involved.
1984 quarter.
I don't have any Canadian money to show you. I'm poor.
Edward Thomas says, Mick, they were on about them workers today that got killed on the line between. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. That was in Wales, wasn't it? And them lads who got wiped out in Wales. Yeah, we've just had briefings all about that.
Hey Mick, do you have diesel locomotives over there?
Yeah, we're diesel locos. Yeah. We in fact we have some of the best diesel locos around.
Yeah, but you're swearing in front.
You ever seen one run away with itself?
Yes. In fact, sit
there and just run away. You know, the motor just running away.
Yeah. We have a class 57s, 37s, 58s. The old British Rail one still pulling, still working.
Dirty diesels.
Yeah, they are dirty diesels. I'd much rather a steam engine any day.
They are dirty diesels, but when you've got a breakdown or in snow, they're the old girls to call on. Without a doubt, they're serious bits of kit. We have double headers mainly up this way.
Yeah, but if Lord Beecham hadn't had his way and axed all the steam engines would still be going.
Edward Thomas says, yes, there was no safe system in place when the 2 rail workers were hit and killed in a train. I would beg to differ with that, Edward Thomas. Unfortunately, I can't divulge any information myself, but there was a safe system in place. I just don't think they were using it. Because nowadays,
when I was working with the railroad, we're working with either 2-track or 3-track. Before any train would come by, we would have to be in a safe place and make sure everybody was in a safe place before that train even come by.
We're on the same. We work on a what we call the 45-second rule. Which means if it takes you longer than 45 seconds to down tools, reach a place of safety, and be in a place of safety for 10 seconds, then you can't work.
Right.
And you have to your plan is calculated by a planner before you go out months in advance. So them boys, in my opinion, I have to be a bit careful here because I don't like talking shop, number one, but it's legality of it is there would have been a system in place. I don't think they were adhering to it, is what I think.
Do they still put detonators?
We still use detonators in multiple aspects. When we go out at night time, we put the detonators out on the track at night time to protect us. Or in fog, if it's really, really foggy, we put them down. But nowadays with the new signaling system we have, if they pass a signal or pass a track circuit and don't hit the button within 3 seconds, the brakes come on anyway. So we don't ever put detonators down if we're protecting the line. So if we had a let's say you're walking down the track and you find a break in the rail, your lookout would run down the track as fast as he could to the furthest point he could possibly go, and then lay down 3 debts and stand over the red flag. 3 debts means stop. Yeah, put down 3 debts.
So is your tracks wired together?
Wired?
Yeah, there's a single in the United States. Is what they call a single wire, okay?
Right.
And it lets dispatch know if there's a break in the track because the track is live with a certain type of continuity through it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So nowadays we've gone away from the old jointed style rail, which is what you used to hear down the track going cliddy.
Right.
Yeah, got away from that. And we're now on continuous.
You went to ribbon rail.
Yeah, we call it continuously welded rail. And there's a negative return feed goes through both rails, and if a continuity is broken, that either means there's a broken rail or something's joining a section of track where it shouldn't be. So yeah, it's quick and easy, but it does fail in the snow time when you get the leaves on the line. It can join over the track circuit blocks, and it joins 2 sections up. So yeah, it can have problems.
I know when I used to work with the railroad, we were contractors, and we were following the main CSX United, whoever the
yeah. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say thanks for bringing me up on my live on your live, and I'm gonna dip out.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay,
cheers,
Soup.
Yeah.
No worries. Take it easy.
See you, Soup.
So yeah,
there was always communication between dispatch and us. There was always communication.
Okay, well, we used to work off of a system, what we call block and bell system, which is you might have had like 10 miles of track between 2 signal boxes, and as a train come in, as it pulled away from the station, the signal would hit this bell 3 times, and it would send a signal 10 miles away to another box, and that bell would sound 3 times. And he would then hit the bell back to say 3 times, say, yes, I've got that signal, thank you very much. And he would then hit it once, say confirmed. So we used to work off a really old Victorian system, which in some places in the UK is still in use. But nowadays we work off of a really smart interlocking system where you can't bring a train in until another signal's been turned a different colour, or you can't set a set of points until a signal's gone a different colour. So we work off a really smart interlocking system now. So it's all completely changed, and that's what I say about these boys getting bowled over. It shouldn't have happened, and I think if they were following the right rules and regs, it should never have happened. I have.
There's only 5 foot. There was in the United States. There's only 5 foot in between the trains.
That's a lot. Well, in between 2 trains. There's 9 inches in between ours.
Really? They call it clear in the 5 foot. When everybody's calling out all the way through, the regulators, the tampers and stuff like that, all the way through the whole train,
Yeah,
everybody's calling out clearing 5 foot.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so you what you call a 5 foot is in between the rails.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's because you guys have a wide gauge over there.
Mm-hmm.
We're at Victorian gauge. We're at 4 foot. So we have 4 foots, and then in between the 2 rows we have 6 foot. And by the time you narrow that down with the carriages, you've only got 9 inches in between. So they say if you ever get caught in a 6 foot, the best thing to do is lay down and try and remember some prayers.
Yep.
Nick.
Yep.
Yeah, Haggis.
How wide is your rail system? How wide is your rail over there?
$50.
Say again, mate.
Dirt Riders super chatted you $50.
You're joking me.
All right.
No, I'm
you
not
gotta be
joking.
kidding.
My ass. Dirt Rider, there was no need for that at all. That's absolutely ridiculous. You don't got to do that to me. That's crazy.
Make sure you get Riley some eggs with it.
$50 would probably buy Riley boy about 6 months worth of Kinder eggs. Thank you very much, buddy. You didn't have to do that. No, don't feel that anyone has to give me any form of super chat. That's not what it's about. My channel is about talking to other people and enjoying ourselves. But I do thank you for that, and I shall be buying Riley boy lots of
Dirt Rider. Get you a set of headphones. Get you a set of headphones, and I know Mick don't mind at all. You get up here on this panel, man.
I don't care who comes up on my panel, as long as they're polite. Apart from Snobby, as long as they're polite and we get on with each other, I'm happy. And all right, Snob.
So Bob, bye. I know the phone was getting hot, but Mick is quite a hot guy anyway.
Well, he was until I turned up.
Lost you again.
I've been in the basement lots of times.
Yeah, I know you have, mate. I know you have.
Especially if he weighs my case, Snobby.
So, what have you been up to? And Snob, you been up to much today, buddy?
Yes, I've actually been to Gatwick today.
Oh, near me.
Yeah. Picked my daughter up.
Oh, did Doug go, did he? Yeah, Doug's gone. All right. He might come back.
Yeah, when I picked my daughter up, she's just had a week in Spain.
Oh, lovely. It was all right. I've ever had some storms, didn't they? Out in Spain recently?
Every day's been perfect.
Oh, I was talking to someone at work last night. Yeah, and I think he went probably 3 weeks ago, and they got hit by a torrential tropical storm.
She's had a bloody good week.
That's good then.
Yeah.
Did she bring you back a present?
Yeah, she's bought. Well, every time she goes away, she buys a cap for me. She goes out of her way to find caps. It can be quite difficult sometimes.
Yeah. Was that Benidorm one?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think she actually went to Benidorm itself, but this is what was available out there, and that's what she brought back. And always an ashtray. Always an ashtray. And,
there you go, Mick. I've just Googled how much $50 is in the United States.
Haggis, it don't matter, mate. As I say, I'm not being rude. People do not have to super chat me. That's not what my channel's about.
No, I know that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not having a dig.
Brought back. This
I'm
is
not having a dig. It's what it is.
A handcrafted piece. I take it.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Nice bowl.
Salad bowl.
Yeah.
Salad bowl.
Salad bowl. Or
it's all like
or steak. You could put steak in there instead of salad.
Yeah. So you could put a few things in there.
Yeah, sweets.
Yeah.
Pick a mix will look great in there.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been to Gatwick then?
Yeah, and I couldn't believe. I mean, what I like to do is the drop-off point where obviously they're going for a dispatch. You know.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
I like to turn up there quickly and pick them up, right?
Yeah.
But they've clamped down on it so much now. They don't want you hanging around at all.
Yeah.
They want you to go into the car park and pay. And we were literally there 45 minutes. I take it something like that because we know, you know. how things have moved forward now. She's telling us when she's going to land, when she gets her suitcase, everything.
Yeah.
£8 for 45 minutes.
I can quite believe it, mate. I was in Edinburgh last week, and I flew into Edinburgh, and they wanted £9 to park in a car park for pickup. My friend was going to pick me up. So in the end, she said, if you jump on a tram at Edinburgh and get off at the next stop, you can. That's cheaper. £6 for one stop on the tram, and it was literally 150 meters.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But they've got you, Nate. If you ever fly to Turkey, the airport in Turkey is called Dalaman, or one of them is called Dalaman, and it is actually one of the most expensive airports in the world. I'm talking for a Burger King or something similar for a large meal with a drink. You're talking 17 quid.
Jesus Christ.
See if I can you were coming, Mick.
Say again.
See if you were coming. I've got a +1 here. I could have got you on the tram for nothing.
I don't think the photograph would have matched up.
No, but I could have been there, and you could have been my carer for the day.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll look after you. We'll go down the pub and get smashed. So yeah, it don't matter. They've got you, ain't they? They got you, and the problem is now. I think the airports are set up, ain't they? That it's so confusing. From the minute you join into like South Terminal, you get in a line, and before you know it, you're already in the car park, and you're knackered. You can't go nowhere, can you? So you're sort of stuffed.
Yeah, they've got you.
Yeah, it's not cheap, mate. It's not fair. There should be. I think there is still a service in. Where do you go, South or North Terminal?
This was at South.
South. There is a pickup point in South where you can just literally pull in, and you can be there for like 3.5 minutes, and you go straight out again.
Yeah, well, there's so much security now. Like if you just stop there, if you're not dropping someone off, which literally takes a minute or two, by the time you give all the hugs and kisses and everything, then you're out of it. If you can't just sit there, you'd have to drive around all again and get that timing right. But then you got to walk. You got to then walk from arrivals to the drop-off area, which can be quite a way, but it's well worth it.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's just money wherever they can grab money from you.
It's no different. If you ever go to Brighton for a day out at Brighton seafront, I think the last time, and we're lucky because Riley's got a blue badge.
Right.
So whenever we go out with Riley, we always park for nothing anyway. But pre the blue badge, I think Brighton was like £35 for the day in some of the multi-stories.
Crazy.
That's hideous. It's actually cheaper to get a return train ticket from Bognor to Brighton.
Yeah, well, I was at St Paul's the other day because a buddy of mine was at Bartholomew's Hospital having a bypass, and we just literally stone's throw from the hospital, St Paul's, and they're now charging £20 to enter into St Paul's for tourists. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm not a tourist. I've been in this country 50 years. So I went up to the woman who's taking the money. I said, listen here, I'm not a tourist. She said, oh, it doesn't matter. It's £20. Yeah. I said, all right then. Well, I won't be going in then.
It is absolutely disgusting. And they've got you at every single turn of a corner. They got you.
Yeah.
It's like when I went to Turkey last month. I went on an excursion. I think it was a Jeep Safari. And it was like £20 a head, whatever it was. And you visited 4 destinations. You're out all day with lunch. But every single destination, it was £5 to get in here, or it was this, that, you had to pay for that. So by the time you come out of it, you spent £100.
Yeah.
And one of it was to go and see this waterfall. So I paid £5, but we had to climb down about 155,000 steps to go and see this waterfall. That was actually man-made. You could see the concrete plinth they put in to make this waterfall effective as it was. So it's actually a man-made waterfall. Do you know what I mean? Disgusting.
Yeah, nothing natural about that.
You know what I mean? But it's what it is. It's what it is. But, I'm at Gatwick next week, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm at Gatwick next week. Working. Yeah, I've got 4 nights at Gatwick next week. Right on the platform. Right on platform 1.
Wow.
I'm up there next week doing that. Relining it. So I should be trying to park somewhere, because we park within the airport complex itself, but we always get moved on and shoved about and pushed about. So yeah, the idea is to get changed in the depot, and then as soon as you pull up, you can jump out your van, go on the track, and leave your pattern locked up, and just hope it's back. Hope it's there when you get back.
Well, as soon as you get on the M23, it's all 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, smart motorway upgrade, didn't they?
Yeah, and I actually missed the turn off today, and I've been to Gatwick lots and lots of times, and the signage was absolutely horrendous. There was nothing,
Yeah.
and literally I've approached the actual turn off, and before I knew it, I'd gone past it and gone, oh shit, I should have been on that one to take the slip road up to the roundabout. Completely missed it because the signage, there was no signage whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, I did get a small indication of a great big jumbo jet going over the top. And
that would normally do it.
I still missed it, so I've had to go up to the next junction, turn around, but it's diverted me. Like, I've gone through the back roads, one junction past, and come all the windy roads back, and yeah, it turned out to be a bit of a mission, really.
Well, at least you got home safe. That's the main thing, mate. It's always a worry when the kids are away.
Yeah.
And get them home safe. Our eldest is up in university now. It's his second night away from home. He's only up in Guildford. He ain't far, but he's all on his Todd and what have you. Mum's going nuts because he's moved out and all the rest of it. And that's what it is, isn't it? He'd be all right. He had a Chinese last night. And he's going out on a beer tonight, so I don't think he's too worried.
No.
You know what I mean? But I've got work tonight. I'm down at Shoreham tonight. Shoreham by Sea.
Nice.
What time do you have to set off?
I'll be leaving here in about 20 minutes, half hour. I should knock the old stream. Sherry's in. Well, slap me sideways with a fish. How's your day, Mix? It's going very well, thank you, Sherry. So yeah, I should be out in. I think it's due to rain tonight and all.
Yeah, there is a bit of rain about.
So I should be getting soaked. Were you on the M25 as well?
Yeah.
You do know the M25 has got speed cameras every quarter mile now, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Until you get out into the country a little bit.
Yeah, the whole of the M25 circular has got speed cameras on every third pylon.
Yes, they'd like to keep you at 70, don't they? I mean, I've touched 80 in a few spots where I know it's all right.
Yeah, they're not speed generated. They're just normal static cameras.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they're all working, because lots of our boys run up and down it all night long and had no tickets. But it's another way to make money out of you.
Of course it is. I mean, I got caught on the bridge doing 58 one when it all started, and then on the other side, in the same month, I got caught again doing 58. So I had 2 within a month.
Did I get you then? The
tickets? Oh, yeah, they got me both times doing 58.
Oh. And isn't it now a percentage of your earnings or something stupid now?
No, not a percentage of what you earn. It's a percentage of the speed you're doing. If you're doing 50...
no. What's the fine now?
Oh, this is a while ago when I got it. The first one, I believe, was about 50 something pound and 3 points.
Yeah.
And then the second time, within the same month, it was a speed awareness course, which you don't have to do, but you're advised to do it. But that costs you £90.
That's it. Yeah, I done the speed awareness course, but I think you'll find, and don't hold me to it, I think you'll find it's now changed. And if you're doing 10 miles an hour over the limit, that's like 3% of your weekly earnings. And if you do 20 miles an hour over, it's like 5% of your weekly earnings. So that's what I hear, and it's now astronomical. If you're caught gunning it, you've had it. You could lose 2 weeks' money.
Stupid.
all of our work vans are all now speed tracked and GPS tracked, and all I do now is I set my cruise control on the motorway at 70 mile an hour and leave it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit lucky. I've got a van as well, so that's restricted. It's an ex-British Gas one.
Yeah,
carry, and that's 70 mile an hour. That's it. It won't do no more.
Yeah, it's my Astra van had the restriction because mine come from Harrow Council, and that had a restriction on it. I took it. I got took off. And in hindsight, it's probably the worst thing I've ever done because that Astra van, when you get in it I'll get along. So I've actually got restriction for it. I might even put it back in yet.
Oh, this one it's a little bit more difficult to do than that.
Right.
To take that off, it costs a few quid to take one off.
Yeah.
It's all in with the computer of the car.
Yeah.
Not the van.
I'm sure there'd be a YouTube hack for it somewhere.
No, there ain't.
Oh, is it not?
No, I would have to take it to somebody that actually knows about these particular type of
ECUs.
That's it. Yeah, it's all in with ECU.
Yeah, there'd be someone with the right software somewhere they can either upload it or take it off.
Or even solder a bit of wire to bypass that CPU.
No, it's all computer. It's all software, isn't it? It's all software stuff.
Yeah. It's not like it's something connected to the pedal or the carburetor or anything, to stop the restriction of fuel going in. This is computerized, so
they used to be connected to the airbox, so that it restricted the amount of air.
Right.
Air going through.
Well, you can imagine when British Gas buy a fleet of vehicles, when they go to this is a VW Caddy. When they go to VW, they say, "Look, I want 500 of them, and I want the factory fitted limiter."
Yeah.
So you got it's a proper limiter. It's not an aftermarket one.
No, exactly that. And the thing is, they do that because it reduces the company's insurance.
That's correct.
That's why we do it. And it's the same now. You'll find that lots of vehicles, especially transits and the like, as soon as you turn the engine on, the lights come on. And that's purely because the amount of people on the roadworks, on the railway, on the Southern Water, on the gas were finishing their shift but couldn't go back to a depot, so they just park the van up on the side of the road somewhere, turn the engine off, get their head down, or leave the engine on to keep warm, and the lights will be off. So now the lights are on for insurance purposes. That's why.
Snobby, have you checked your emails yet?
Sorry?
Have you checked your email yet?
Why would I do that?
I emailed you last week to ask for a sticker.
Yeah, I mean, I don't just give them out willy-nilly. I sort of like to do a sticker swap.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Snobby, I've got a brand new sticker out.
Oh.
Yeah. Brand new sticker out. It's been developed by a person that's in my chat, or it was my chat. I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah, I believe that's Diesel Guy. Yes,
it is a Diesel Guy, mate. Yeah. So I've got a brand new sticker out, which is this one here, which is quite cool. I didn't see that. Let me try to brighten this down a smidge. Might help matters. I'll turn it up a bit more. Except that's better. Come on. So there's a new sticker.
Oh, that's that's the icon of your new icon, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So there's my new sticker, and I'm available to do any kind of either sticker trade or any other kind of trade that you find suitable. For putting stuff. I don't know. No, I'm thinking something more bigger that you could wind up and wind off. I don't know. Something could fix to a table or something stupid like I don't know.
What about that?
It could be anything. It could be anything blue apart from that.
Well, I've just been thrown something, and how about that? Hello.
I'm not even going to ask the reason why you got a fan like that. I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to leave it where it is.
That's the fan I've got.
Well, slap me sideways. Ian Matthews is in the house.
Hello, Ian.
There's Ian. So yeah, I'll be once Diesel guys are going to send me some over, and I'm going to get some made up as well. And I shall be redistributing.
Are they the same size as the old ones?
I'm hoping they are, and if they are, you can just put it over top of the old one. Yeah, that'd be cool. But
yeah.
it's a much better design.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Right. Well, I need to start thinking about getting ready for work, guys. Really, it's 10 o'clock. I need about half hour to get myself sorted out, make my flask and all the rest of it. I've been going for 3.5 hours.
Nice one.
Which is cool. And I've done what I set out to do. I tried to get my carburetor fixed, which I think I've got some good ideas. So that's cool. Thank you very much to anybody that's super chatted. You don't need to do that on my channel. That's not what my channel's about, but I do appreciate anything that comes over. Not the fact that you have to do that. As always, thank you to everyone that's on the panel. Snobby, you're always welcome. You know that. You only need to pop up in the basement, and you're always welcome to come on up. And thank you, Haggis, for coming up and sharing this live stream.
You're welcome.
I will see you all on the next one, and no doubt I should probably find you all on another live stream somewhere else at whatever time it is in the morning.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone in the chat.
Thanks everybody. Right.
I'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Okay, cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.